Alright, chat, how are we doing today? Let me turn on the music. This is very loud. Oh, there we go. How are you doing today, chat? Not a lot of people in here yet, but I'm sure that will change with time. I'm not too concerned about it. Had a poll going today. Typically we do late night on Wednesdays, but with no late night going on this week, I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'll let Twitter decide. So if you don't follow me on Twitter, you should follow me on Twitter, because that's where this was decided that it's VOD review time. Yeah, so we're going to be VOD reviewing Dortmund. We're going to do day one at the bare minimum. Probably just go for like the standard 2 hour long stream, 4 hour long stream. Yeah, do as much as we can, and then whether or not we like keep going from there, I guess we'll find out. Yeah, so a bare minimum until the end of round 9, but if we have extra time, we'll probably cover a couple extra rounds. Not sure I'm gonna do day 2. Kind of depends on like how stuff pans out. But at the bare minimum, we're doing day 1, so it'll be fun. It'll be a good time, for sure. So yeah, hey Drixon, hey Drix. I don't know how to pronounce that, but hello, what's up? How we doing? Yeah, so I'm just gonna jump straight into this. So we're looking at round number 4. I don't recognize the player on the left, but I do recognize Rahul. Kind of hard not to. Okay, we're gonna like get their names. We're gonna keep looking at their hand. Here we go. So Matthew Roberry. That sounds British, and of course we're all ready. This looks to me to be Roaring Moon versus Guardy. So we're gonna kind of speed through these until the games get like super interesting. But for now, we're gonna like kind of speed through a lot of early game stuff. Unless something catches my interest. Prizes real quick. Judge might actually be important for Matthew here. This is a very sketchy matchup for Roaring Moon, so being able to choose a win through Judge is an option you kind of want to keep in mind. Not having that option is obviously really bad. Jelly, probably not the end of the world. Greninja could be pretty bad. We'll see. Rahul's prizes, double Ultra Ball is not great, but they're certainly not like terrible. Research at the bottom is actually kind of nice, and Guardy EX there at the top might get rough, but shouldn't be anything Rahul can't play around. So yeah, we're gonna see Rahul start off here with a Battle of AP Pass and a prize check. So obviously we already know the prize card, so we don't have to worry about that part. Rahul's gonna grab double Ralts. Looking at, let me catch a glimpse of Rahul's hand. I just realized we still have the music going. Should we turn off the music? Probably a better idea so we can actually focus on the games. You just get to turn 3 of cards. That's like the only turn that matters. Yeah, pretty much. We'll still go for the early game though. I highly doubt I'm gonna catch any mistakes from Rahul, but it's not exactly impossible. But looking at Rahul's hand, I think Matthew did mulligan quite a lot. I see double Iono. I see a Shadow kind of Guardy. I see a couple energies. I see a Candy. I see a level ball. I think that is a Mirage Step Curly, if I'm not mistaken. So this looks like a pretty solid attached to Ralts this turn, or Cresselia. Either works. I'll bump my mic. Yeah, attach this turn. Next turn, go evolve, attach, bonk. Right, do the Mirage Step, and you're chilling as Rahul. So Matthew also going to go for a prize check here. Of course, once again, we already know what Matthew's prize cards are. So how Matthew decides to sequence this turn is going to be like what's going to be like the most important or really notable thing here. Obviously, this matchup is not good for Matthew. However, you do still need to keep up this pressure to stay in this game. So it's going to be a Moon Start, VIP for Moltres and Morpeko. Morpeko, obviously a very, very important attacker in the matchup, being a 1-prizer. I should probably pan my cam down a bit further. I guess that's kind of... Also, wow, I should totally have styled my hair today. Okay, well, you know, let's do this, and it should be fine. So yeah, we're looking at Pokemon Catcher, Boss's Order, be head, so that's a free Ralts off the board for Matthew. We take those. Please stop doing that, just because I'm pausing too much. Yeah, so it's Boss, Dark Patch, and Dark Energy. Yeah, you're totally fine to just squawk that. There's an argument to be made for using the Forest Seal Stone to go, like, probably... I don't know. Probably would be, like... Earthen Vessel, get rid of the Dark, grab 2 more Dark, use the Dark Patch, have Diaphragm Wings, attach an energy. Probably don't attach the last energy. Or you probably don't attach the energies, and then you just go Squawk. But it's kind of like a bit wasteful in my opinion. Like you don't really need to be using your Force Steel Stone for something like that. It would have probably been nice to have like Greninja, because if you have Greninja in deck, you can VIP pass for it instead of the Morpeko, and then you can do canceling. Jesus Christ. Concealed cards. Yeah, concealed cards, get rid of the dark, get 2 extra cards, play the dark patch, then squawk, right? But obviously without the Greninja, that's not an option. So, yeah, I don't hate this line from Matthew. I think it's pretty fine. We'll see the Dire Flame Wings right off the bat, and an E-switch, and a switch, and a what? A research? Dark patch. Okay, so this is a quick misplay from Matthew. There's no reason we need to be using Dire Flame Wings instead of the Dark Patch here. I mean, you might as well just use the Dark Patch, right? Like, you have no energies in discard anymore, so the odds of you getting another energy in your discard to then use Dire Flame Wings isn't that big. But say you have like Ultra Ball, or say you have like 2 energies in a vessel, right? Like you could just burn that, get an extra energy into play. But you don't have that option because you didn't use the dark patch. So kind of slightly wasteful here, but yeah. See, there's Ultra Ball, double energy, E switch. We absolutely could have gotten a bonus energy into play here. I don't think it matters too much in this matchup, but it's still, I mean, a misplay is a misplay, right? Interesting note is that Rahul is choosing to promote the Cresselia instead of the Curlia, which I guess makes sense because Cresselia really isn't that good of an attacker in this matchup. So I actually kind of like this for Rahul, right? Basically, you have this energy on the Cresselia, and by promoting it, you are retreating the Cresselia, right, to get rid of the energy, where it's a place you don't want your energies to be in this matchup, right? So, quite like this play from Rahul. It's a small thing, but I mean, oftentimes it's these small things that separate the good from the great, so it's worth taking note of nonetheless. We're gonna level ball. We're gonna be a Ralts, and Rahul is gonna play it safe, not play the Iono in hand, and just get those free curlies in the play. Absolutely love this play. No reason to be greedy and play that Iono. Your board is completely fine for next turn to just slam down the Iono and take a knockout on a Roaring Moon. Yeah, so absolutely nothing to worry about there, and no reason to play the Iono. So I quite like this from Rahul. But again, it's basic Guardy stuff. We've seen it all before, right? Minor thing. Yeah, minor things like change, but this is just the perfect setup for Rahul. Nothing to complain about. He's playing the Research Sada. Always nice to call. Yeah, my friend, a local of mine this weekend, played Roaring Moon and played Full Art Sadas and Full Art Professor Research Sadas in his deck. And like in testing, it just confused the hell out of me because like I know what the 2 different cards look like, but every time he plays one or he discards one, I always have to like pick it up to make sure it's what I think it is. Yeah, so it gets confusing. Or you could try to like cheat your opponents and be a dumbass, which don't do that by the way. But it is funny that like you can just play what 5 Sada, 6 Sada. What's the lines, right? It was like free research 2 Sada, I think is the average right about now. So yeah, a lot of Sada going around in that deck for sure. All right, we're gonna see a Town Storm for Matthew. Makes sense. Gonna be the booster capsule, it seems. I do like that. Kind of force a little more out of Rahul. I mean, Ultra Ball seems like it's double dark we're eyeing up here. I saw not Pokegear, a Pokestop. I think that's an energy switch, 2 energy switch. Boss, and I think that last card is Dark Patch? Not sure. Either Dark Patch or Nest Ball, I want to say. Okay, definitely Dark Patch. If it's Dark Patch, I'm very interested by the fact that we're not getting rid of 2 energies, but I guess, I mean, I guess you're not getting rid of the hand this turn. But at the same time, like, I would kind of like to see get rid of 2 energies. Well, no, maybe this is fine. Yeah, actually, no, this is fine. And then you go Pokestop here, and then you just, like, don't play anything else. Just use the Pokestop to, like, go through more cards. No need to do anything else. Like, I know you want to Moltres, but there's, well, Okay, we're bossing. Okay, but why aren't we using the Pokestop? Okay, I like this play, right? I like being able to attack with Morpeko. To attack with Morpeko, you do need to boss, right? You do need to boss that Ralts. Matthew's aware of that, and he's just gonna go for it. I think that's good, but I don't really see why we're not using this Pokestop. Rahul's probably not gonna bother bumping it. I mean, Rahul could, but like, it's not like it's on like Rahul's priority list, right? He's not gonna be too concerned about leaving it in play. So at least you get the one use out of it. You can still get two. So yeah, I would like to see the Pokestop there, because even if the odds of you getting two use out of your Pokestop isn't necessarily super high, it still exists, and there's no downside to not taking it. So I would like to see the Pokestop being used there, but. Still, I mean, identifying the Morpeko line is very good for Matthew. This is Matthew's primary way of keeping himself alive in this matchup, by keeping this one prizer in the active, forcing cards like Boss and Counter Catcher out of Rahul. Very interesting that Rahul is not going to go for the Screamtail. Actually, I do believe Rahul isn't playing Screamtail, if I remember correctly, just by looking at his list. So, very interesting, but we're going to see Rahul play the Iono, use a bunch of refinements, do the thing that Gardevoir players do, use the Shining Arcana. I would like to see this energy attached for Rahul. Oh, to the bet. Okay, I would have done active here. Okay, because okay. Never mind. We're using Counter Catcher. Okay, never mind. Yeah. So this is better because you need reversal +1 to kill Squawk. So you go power up the bench, attach to reversal. You have the energy already. Because I didn't know we had Counter Catcher, so I would have gone attach active, Shining Arcana active, knock out Morpeko. But if you have the Counter Catcher, you obviously use the Counter Catcher, right? Because the most important thing for Rahul here is going to be trying to stay ahead in this 2-2-2 price trade. And to do that, Rahul has set up a board where there's no two prizers in play, and he's able to take a two-prize knockout. So next turn, when Matthew goes to 3, Rahul can go to 2, and then from there, Rahul just wins naturally. Interesting to note, though, that Rahul didn't have a choice, really. There is no out to Gardevoir EX in his hand, at least from what I can tell. But, I mean, you don't need it here, right? If you have the reversal and you have the counter catcher, that's all that matters. Because this just becomes such a dominating board state for Rahul. Yeah, because of your lack of two prizers on the board, contrary to Matthew's board full of two prizers, right? So, yeah, really like this from Rahul. Standard, good, solid Gardevoir gameplay. I mean, there's just really nothing for me to really critique here except just kind of break down what Rahul is doing. And what Rahul is doing is very, very good. Yeah, this is among like Gardevoir's easier matchups to navigate for sure. Gardevoir is known for having like some of the hardest late games in the game, but this matchup really isn't that difficult to play as a Gardevoir player. You kind of just like kill shit. So yeah. Yeah, so it's the Squawk really going down here. And a Morpeko promotion for Matthew. So, sorry, a bit of hiccups. As Matthew, we have to start to ask the question, like, what is our primary win condition in this game? How are we getting back into this game as Matthew? There are a couple options. Most of them aren't great, though. Primarily, you're probably looking to try to swing with a one prizer, but that's not really an option. There's no Greninja on Rahul's board to abuse, right? To use Mew to copy. Rahul would not give Matthew that line. Rahul's a better player than that. You can try to hit with the Roaring Moon with the booster capsule. If Rahul fails to knock it out, then you should win the prize trade. It's kind of probably going to be your best line here as Matthew, because none of your one prize attackers are going to do anything. It's by far your bulkiest two prizer, so you're kind of just sitting here hoping that this works, and you kind of also try to punish Rahul for getting rid of the Lost Vacuum already, right? Now, it's not that Rahul can't knock out a Roaring next turn with the booster capsule. He absolutely can, but it will require the last reversal to be found, or the vacuum, and by having Rahul burn the vacuum, which might actually have been a misplay, then yeah, Rahul is opening up some options, or Matthew is opening up a line where he can win this. But I guess I guess for Rahul, this isn't a misplay because I think it's only one Forest Sealstone in Matthew's deck, so you get rid of the Forest Sealstone, which is probably fine here. You also increase the odds of Matthew just not even being able to do anything next turn, although I think the odds of I'm gonna do a very quick I'm gonna do the thing. Hold up, let me do the thing. I don't think any mods are in chat, so I'll just do it myself. Alright, cool. Anyway, back to your regularly scheduled Roaring Moon gameplay. We're gonna get trekking shoes for Matthew. Sorry, what was I talking about? I was talking about... yeah, you're trying to hit with this Roaring Moon. There's no way you don't have energy. Kind of debate on like what we're using Lost Vacuum for as Rahul. Basically, I think the argument to not use the Lost Vacuum is that the Forest Sealstone doesn't change too much because what Matthew needs is so little, right? Matthew doesn't need that much, so you kind of assume he has it regardless of the Forest Sealstone. But at the same time, while you expect Matthew to have, like, say, Hand Disruption, right? You don't expect Matthew to have... No, you expect Matthew to have an energy to attack, right? You maybe don't expect Matthew to have Hand Disruption. Since that isn't something Roaring Moon typically plays in high numbers. So I guess that's probably what the Forest Sealstone is for. Not the Forest Sealstone, the vacuum on the Forest Sealstone, but I don't know. I don't know that we need to play the vacuum, but I don't necessarily think playing the vacuum is bad either. So it's weird. Yeah. It's a minor thing. We'll see. We won't notice. Like we won't know if this is bad or not for Rahul until later in the game. I think it's kind of like a 50-50 call because getting rid of getting rid of the only Force Sealstone is just naturally so high value for Rahul that I can't really fault him for making the play. So yeah, it's gonna be a Pokestop into a Earthen Vessel here. So energies have been acquired for Rahul. It's gonna be the Sada is gonna be the choice here. Very interesting. I guess we had no more dig for the hand disruption, so I guess that's fine. And it's going to be a knockout onto that Gardevoir. And now, as Matthew, you're kind of just hoping that Rahul doesn't have the reversal plus EX plus do the thing, right? Rahul could also get enough energies in discard pile to use Zacian as an impossible line here. Not optimal for Rahul. You would typically prefer to use the Shining Arcana Guardi plus the reversal, but it's not like Zacian is going to completely destroy your prize trade, so it's not terrible for Rahul if you do have to do it. So I actually wouldn't hate to see, assuming we haven't seen the reversal yet as Rahul, I actually would really like to see Rahul bench the Zacian in hand before going for whatever we're doing research or something, but I think we're going to go Arcana into Refinement first. Me a Refinement. Candy Research. We are benching the Zacian. I absolutely like this. Oh, okay. Attaching to active is very interesting. Are we hitting the numbers here? I don't think we are, unless we're going for boss. Okay, I think we're going for boss here as a rule. Or are we hitting enough? This is 8. Can I do math? Can math me do? What are we at? 3 times 8. That puts us at... yeah, this should be enough. Rahul should be hitting enough with this. Yeah. So no need. We have the energy. Yeah, exactly. We have enough here. Okay, so no need for the reversal. Benching Zacian is still very good. It kind of means that you have some good lines here, and there's no downside. Wait, where the fuck did? Oh, we turned the Gardevoir EX. Wait. Okay, so we went. Let me go back. Actually, hold up. This is really interesting because I think Rahul might have made a mistake here. Okay, so here's what Rahul decides to do. Rahul goes power up the Gardevoir, bench the Zacian, or no, first candy the Ralt, power up the Zacian, or power up the Gardevoir, bench the Zacian, Turo the Gardevoir, right? I think if we're trying to achieve a board here without the Gardevoir in play, there's no reason to bench the Zacian. If you're scared of hand disruption, right, you still don't have the Gardevoir EX in hand. So, like, that doesn't really change anything unless it's, like, it's still less you need. But, like, the effect of Matthew going Gust Guardy and Gust Zacian aren't really that different, right? Also, if you don't have any two prizes in play, Matthew can go knock out the Gardevoir, and you can miss for a turn, and Matthew still doesn't have game because there's no two prizers. So I don't hate. I like the Turo play, but then if we're playing the Turo, we should be benching the Zacian, right? Also, minor sequencing thing here. Rahul chooses to Candy Guardy the Ralts and then pick it up. Whereas, what if you did evolve the Curlia, then Turo the Curlia, then re-evolve the Ralts on your bench? It would result in the exact same thing, except you have one less bench space, or you have one more bench space. So the question then becomes, like, do you want that extra bench space for Rahul? I think the answer is definitely yes if you play Screeper. Well, then again, I don't think we should be benching the Zacian anyway. So that's another empty bench space, and I don't think we want to bench Greninja out of fear of the Mew. There's a lot of interesting lines going on here for Rahul. I don't hate the one he went for, besides the fact there's a Zacian on the bench. I don't think the Zacian should be on the bench. And at the bare minimum, this line for Rahul does result in a Ralts being in play here. Whereas if you evolve the Ralts, then you have one less Ralts in play. But you're also wasting a candy effectively. But you also haven't used that many candy as Rahul. I don't know. All right. Well, regardless, as Matthew, you have exactly 2 goals in this turn. They're going to be attack with Morpeko and play Iona. Nothing else matters. Typically, I guess your line here for Matthew is just kind of going to be that, and then next turn, Gust Zacian win the game, punish the Zacian bench for Rahul. Rahul has a fair bit of draw here, but there's a very real chance it won't be enough. There's a Pokemon catcher, so there we go. A retreat into the Morpeko, and it is going to be, looks like the energy system ultra seems fine, and we're going to go over to Rahul's turn. So Rahul here needs Gust plus Gardevoir EX. Not that much to ask for, but considering we prize the Guardy EX, and there is a Guardy EX at the bottom of the deck now, it's worth noting. We're going to choose to bring back the Ralts. And then Fog Crystal it back. Okay. I don't know that I think we need to grab the Ralts here. I think instead we just don't get the Ralts back with the Rod and then get an energy instead. Because, like, you kind of don't need this Ralts. Okay, we're going to choose to play the Iono. And Catcher isn't live. So Rahul is kind of just saying, like, listen, man, if you got, like, if Matthew has Gust, Matthew wins the game. End of story. Like, this situation as Rahul is entirely self-inflicted, right? I love this Iono if you don't have Zacian in play. If you don't have Zacian in play, this Iono is great, and Matthew kind of can't do anything, right? Matthew just kind of has to be like, okay, punch active, hope you don't have boss, or hope you don't have knockout. So yeah, Rahul kind of in a not so great spot as a result of this. As a result of this Zacian bench. The best player from IOM of all time. I do not know where that is, but okay. All right. So 3-card hand for Matthew. What do we got here? So you had Judges, Seed, Energy, and I think that's what, an Ultra Ball? Yeah. It's going to be the Judge here. So there is a decision to be made there. You either have Ultra Ball or you have Ultra. Okay, so you have Ultra Ball, you restart, or you have Judge, or you could go attach energy, restart for 1, then Judge. I think. Oh man, that's fair. That's sick. Wait, that's sick. Okay. Hell yeah. I think I would have liked to see. I would really like to see the Ultra Ball there from Matthew. Um, yeah, I think that's the play I would have gone for because like you should have plenty of supporters in deck. It's not like Matthew's played that many this game, so if you have plenty of supporters, like I think it'd be pretty hard to whiff. At the bare minimum, I'd like to see like a way to restart here, without using a supporter. So yeah, all right, let's see what we got here. There's a rope, Pokestop, and energy. Okay, so I think we're going Pokestop, and we're going to use Ultra Ball here to thin a card. Probably just a Pokemon we can bench. No reason to use anything else in the hand. Like, yeah, Rope and Energy are good cards, but you don't need them for anything. They don't accomplish anything. So I don't think we're attaching these here. Why are we attaching this? No, no, wait. Why are we? Why are we using Restart? No, 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 no. We're definitely going Ultra Ball, thin a card, use Pokestop. The only cards entering your hand is item cards, right? So unless I guess Ultra Ball and Vessel aren't burnable. So if you got either one Vessel, no other items, or but then you could just not play the Ultra Ball, use the Pokestop, then go Ultra Ball away cards you can't get rid of. Use Mew, draw 3. I don't think it ever makes sense for us to Mew and draw 2, but it's gonna be a whiff for Matthew regardless. I am assuming, I think this is somewhat fair to assume, I'm assuming we are playing at the bare minimum 2 Pokemon catchers for Matthew. We've seen 1 so far. And, I mean, if we're playing 1, there's no way we're just playing 1 Pokemon catcher, surely. So, yeah. But we have, for a roll, we have Ultra Ball, Guard EX, Boss Order, done. Okay. Yeah, so we're gonna clean that up. It's going to go unpunished for the Zacian bench. I'm sure Rahul knows that was a mistake. I don't think I need to tell Rahul that. Unless Rahul knows something I don't, but I don't think that's the case here. I'm going to get a close-up on the shuffling for some reason. Is this the new stream thing we're doing? Getting a close-up on people shuffling cards? Alright, sick invite. So let's go into this. I think Rahul Mulligan, Rahul Mulligan again. Can we find a basic? We've got some prize cards here. Double Dark Patch. What are we waiting for? Are the judges telling Rahul not to put down his prize cards? Alright, what's going on here? You bullet him for 2 catcher? 2 catcher's fine. That's the thing. 2 catcher's kind of fine. 3 catcher I think is better. 4 catcher is even better. But you can play 2 catcher plus tool cards. Okay, are we back in the game? Oh, I think Rahul actually like mixed up the cards before laying out the prize cards. Might have been it. That's like that's a minor thing. That was probably an accident. We see the Turo and the reversal price for Rahul. Double Dark Patch for Matthew. So nothing too major it seems. Alright. Because it'll be the Greninja grab for Rahul here, so can't be too good of a hand here if we are grabbing this Greninja, because by benching Greninja, we're being forced to bench Manaphy as Rahul here. We a triple Ralts bench here. Okay, interesting. I don't know that I entirely like this as Rahul, unless we're going for a turn to attack, but I don't think we really need turn to attack here as Rahul, right? But looking at Rahul's hand, it is not great, though, so we are kind of reliant on concealed cards. So I think you just definitely have to grab the Greninja here. I guess you're kind of scared of, like, Pokemon Catcher Greninja, put a bunch of energy in play, use Mew. There's, like, kind of reason to be scared of that. But it's just going to be... How did Matthew sequence this? I think this was fine. Yeah, Ultra Ball, Dive from the Wings, Energy Switch, Attach, Research away the Arrest. Yeah, no wasted resources for No wasted Jesus Christ. No wasted resources for Matthew here. Seems fine to me. Gonna be 4 Seal Stone. So not a lot going on in Matthew's hand here. It's gonna be a prize check and a battle VP pass. Yep, gonna do the Mew special. Pokemon Catcher, Greninja. Hey, Dark Patch. Oh, down the wrong pipe. Sorry about that. Oh, we got Switch Card? Damn, is the hand that bad for Matthew that we have to... Ooh. I can't really get, like, a good view of, of Matthew's hand, but, yeah, if we... I'm gonna shut the fuck up. If we're not grabbing VIP pass, there must be no, oh my god, I'm like trying to choke myself over here. Holy shit. Yeah, if we're going for switch card, we don't have a switch card in hand, right? That's the point. So his hand's really bad. Oh my god, I have hiccups now. Hold up. All right, let's hope that's fine. Do you like the nick? No, and then you ever say it again. Okay. Yeah, gonna be a Candy Guardy for Rahul here and a Mirage Step. So we have the level ball. We're doing stuff for Rahul here. Rahul is playing Pokemon. Something that cannot be said for Matthew. Matthew's taking knockouts, but but not a lot else. Gonna be a Palpad. Oh my god. So okay. Chat, how does one stop having hiccups? Like, immediately? How do I do that? Okay. Palpat back, double research. Seems fitting. Yeah, no. Yeah, Palpat back, double research. I guess if you're ditching the hand anyway, this is fine. If we're playing Iono, I don't know that I like this, because research is a good card, but, like... Yeah, you don't really need it at this point in the game. It's nice, but it doesn't really achieve too much at this point. So yeah, I kind of would like holding it. I'm just gonna like help with the hiccups. No. Okay, we're just gonna have to let those hiccups go away. That's tragic. Yeah, I mean, looking at this hand from Matthew, I wouldn't have hated to hold the Palpad, but at the same time, with the Pokemon catchers, you don't really need to get boss back. So it would really just be to recycle Iono and Judge. Yeah, I don't hate the Palpad. Oh, we're going for the boss. Okay. I don't really like this as Matthew. I think you're always going for the Iono here regardless. Skill diff, true. I think you have to put it. You have to get a board here as Matthew, right? You have to get a board because if not, you're just not. You're not doing enough next turn, right? Like killing this Moltres. Moltres is going to be so easy for Rahul. And you're doing nothing next turn, right? Absolutely nothing. You need to like sub out to Roaring Moon here. So definitely should have played that Iono. Like, yeah, you're getting rid of a Refinement Curlia this way, but I mean that's just not enough to stop Rahul. It's not enough to justify effectively not having a turn next turn. So yeah, I don't really agree with this play on Matthew's end. I think I'm gonna have to talk a bit slower to avoid hiccups in the future. It's gonna be Gardevoir EX in the active for Rahul. I guess that makes sense. You're just gonna retreat this one and then go attack with the Gardevoir, the benched Gardevoir, and knock out the Moltres. So one thing that's worth noting here for Rahul is that I kind of don't like this Iono unless we don't have necessary energies to kill a Moltres and discard for Rahul, right? In which case you need to keep digging, of course. But assuming we do have that, Matthew didn't do anything last turn. He just used Palpad and then Boss, and I think the Boss was a misplay. So I think as Rahul, you can kind of make an assumption that Matthew doesn't have a draw supporter on hand. Or at least you should be able to do that. Obviously, Matthew does, but like if I was Rahul, I would assume Matthew doesn't have a draw supporter. So yeah, I guess I don't think I want to play this Iono. Again, unless we need to dig. If we need to dig for Rahul, which we are going to get rid of another energy. We have another 2 in hand as well with an Ultra Ball, so we're definitely getting there as Rahul. That is 4 Moonlight Hill. Moonlight Hill discards an energy from hand. Bunch of Ralts. Okay, yeah. So I don't actually. No, we have 2 energy down, so we'd have. Yeah, so Rahul would have had enough energy, as well as the Moonlight Hill. So I actually don't really agree with this play. From Rahul. Oh my god, I'm going to. Yeah, I would not play that Iono. I don't think there's a reason to do so, but regardless, I think as Rahul, you're such a commanding board state now that it shouldn't matter too much. Yeah, it's gonna be the Ultra Ball away, the Squawk, and the it'll be Ultra Ball away, Squawk, Jelly. 8 blocks will be your Valentine. No, hi Cora. Cora, I will not be your Valentine either. I want Benny. That is an inside joke that does not need any more context. So Matthew, I was gonna play down the hand to play down the catcher. I didn't quite catch what was Ultra Ball there. I think there was an Ultra Ball being played here, but if it means that we get to yeah, if it means we get to restart for 3 here, I think it's probably correct. We got a shoes and we got Pokestop and a boss. Not a lot going on there. Nothing that's helping Matthew. There's a Dark Patch, but it's not getting us anywhere. Damn. If only Benny treated me like that. That's crazy. Alright, yeah. Gonna be a Boss Ninja and pass for Matthew. Unfortunately, there's just not else you can do there. Like, that's the thing, right? If Matthew had... Like, if you take a look at the impact on the board here, right? If Matthew had used Iono last turn instead of bossing, Matthew could have potentially, at the bare minimum, had, like, a Roaring Moon with an energy on his bench, right? Which would mean he could actually attack this turn, and, like, do stuff this turn, right? Actually threaten stuff this turn. Whereas you play the boss and you look at Rahul's board and you go, well, what part of that boss's order last turn slowed down Rahul? Nothing changed, right? Like, Rahul saw 2 less cards, sure, but, like, did that stop Rahul from hitting the knockout? No. Would it typically stop Rahul from seeing the knockout? Probably not, right? So I like this, or I don't like this play from Matthew, like last turn, using the boss instead of the Iono, because the Iono would at the bare minimum let you, or like at least increase your odds of having a response, because you cannot sit here and actually expect to go boss Curlia knockout over who's going to whiff knockout. Like, that's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And I think Matthew realizes that, right? Yeah, I absolutely think Matthew realizes that. At least in hindsight. And hindsight is 2020, right? So, I want to see the reversal to retreat this Greninja and a Collapse Stadium, get rid of it. I really, really like this Collapse Stadium. Because this board was getting a bit scary for Rahul, right? Because all of a sudden Matthew has access to going Mew, copy Greninja, take 2 prize cards. But instead of solving the problem by benching a Manaphy, Rahul is just going to solve the problem by getting rid of the Greninja, which I think is completely fine as well. So, yeah, definitely like this for Rahul. It's going to be a level ball being played here, and Manaphy into hand. Ultra Wallet alongside a VIP pass, grab a Gardevoir. Really hope we don't attack. Okay, we're bossing. Never mind. If we're bossing, this is fine. If we're bossing, this is absolutely fine. The reason I wouldn't want to bench the Gardevoir as a rule is that if you don't go down to 2, then Matthew can go like boss Guardy for game. But I guess like that's also like super hard because Rahul's Guardy should just be able to one-shot everything. Yeah, so I guess it doesn't matter too much. Just like a bit greedy typically, but it's not going to change anything. This board is absolutely atrocious for Matthew. There is nothing going on here. You are more Peccoing active. I mean, I don't think it would attach that energy to Morpeko, but honestly, I don't think it matters at this point. I mean, what can you realistically do here? I guess you can like hope that. I guess you try to swing with Morpeko this turn. Yeah, Morpeko this turn. Then go knockout next turn and knock out whatever's in the active next turn. But yeah, Matthew would have to hope that Rahul doesn't find a Shining Arcana Guardy. Now there's a Shining Arcana Guardy. So now what you have to do is you have to like power up a Roaring Moon, attach a Boost Energy Capsule to it, then knock out active, and then hope Rahul can't knock it out. But then now there's Zacian in play, so now your line has to be bench Moon, get 3 energy on Moon, get Capsule on Moon, Gust Zacian, knock out Zacian, hope Rahul doesn't have enough energies to attack with the Shining Arcana Guardy for game. Like that's so many what ifs that just are never gonna happen. I also do quite like this this knockout from Rahul, because anything like if Matthew knocks out the active, then it's checkmate on board because Zacian knocks out everything. So yeah, I like this. It seems fine to me. I don't really think there are any lines Matthew could take here that'll bail him out. Especially not if getting rid of the booster capsule. And Dark Patch, and we have Sada as the last card in hand. I think that's a research, right? Okay, no, it's just a Sada. Okay. Or no, was that a research? There's a lot of cards drawn. Wait, what the hell was that? No, that was definitely research. Wait, what? 1, 2, 3. Didn't he just draw 4 cards? Am I tripping? Oh no, he picked it. Okay, never mind. Okay, he picked up his hand and then. Okay, cool. Cool. Alright, Pokemon Catcher. Tails. Now we lose. Yeah, we're gonna swing. Rahul's gonna knock out with the Zacian and win the game. Okay, yeah, so that's fine. A couple things, like, I think Rahul's misplays were, like, a lot more debatable, right? Where it's just kind of, like, late game Guardy gets complicated type of deal. Nothing I think I could actually call a misplay in good faith. Whereas, like, I think there were a couple things from Matthew, but nothing, like, super major. Just, like, small things that, like, might have mattered, but realistically didn't, just because the matchup is so bad, so... yeah, we're just gonna get into round 4 here. This is gonna be Benjamin Pham, against, of course, Runa. Runa, a good friend of mine. Known Runa since he was, God, first year senior, I think? Yeah, so big Gardevoir versus Tina. This is a matchup we are going to see quite a lot of in this tournament, I believe. And yeah, Runa just going to go ahead on the prize check. Let me check what is in the prize book here. Double Ralts, plus Moonlight Hill for Runa here. I wouldn't be entirely surprised if Runa and Rahul are playing the exact same 60s. I do know they have tested together in the past. They're not, to my knowledge, in the exact same group, but they do definitely connect once in a while. So I guess it could be the same 60. Yeah. Besides that, nothing super important for Benjamin here in the prize cards. 2 energies is kind of rough, but like it's not something you can't plan around. 2 Ralts could be really bad for Runa, depending on how this goes. So yeah. Gonna be the prize check for Runa here. And a Fog Crystal. I realize, hey, there is quite a lot of Ralts missing, and I think that is what is going to be written down for Runa here. Thinking I'm switching from Radiant of Radzard to a Lost Box with a Moon Hand and Ogre for a challenge this weekend. Expecting a lot to Chien-Pao. I mean, Radzard beats Chien-Pao in my opinion. I do think Kyogre is good. I think Kyogre is good. But yeah, I think you should be beating Chien-Pao as Sablezard. Either version of Sablezard. Pick your poison. Both of them beat Chien-Pao pretty reasonably. Yeah, so not the greatest hand for Runa here. But if you're able to Mirage Step next turn, then you're probably chilling. So Benjamin just going to go for a price check as well. And yeah, going to be, I think it was a Nest Ball for a Comfy and a VIP pass for Cram and Tina. So, alright. Put some Chapstick on because that is a very interesting turn 1 Power Check. One that's more common than you'd think. Let me just make sure I have Chapstick on because my lips are getting super chapped. Okay. Yeah, so this is interesting, right? It's kind of dependent on Benjamin's hand and Benjamin's board. You kind of have everything you want to have in play as Benjamin here, right? Like, yeah, you don't have a Greninja, yeah, you don't have a second Tina, but like you're not gonna lose without those, especially considering you're going turn 1 against Guardy here. Runa's not threatening anything here. You can't really expect Runa to threaten anything. Hell, if Runa were to attack you, right? The game actually becomes easier because then Runa is just not gonna have a board. So yeah, I think we're getting rid of the VIP pass for sure here as Benji, and also just like if you don't have the chorus, like having the chorus is a big deal. Looks like a lot of energies here though, so Jet, Water, Grass, Roxanne, and Switch Cart, keeping all of the energies for Benji here. Actually, I kind of like that because it means that you can be more lenient with your energy loss zones later in the game. And you don't really need the Roxanne and the Switch card that much right now or in this matchup in general. So, yeah, I kind of like this play for Benjamin. Alright, going to be concealed cards. We have Greninja, so that is good. And a Flower Selecting, Spiritomb going away. That is completely fine. And it's going to be a Retreat into the Cram and a Spit. Yeah, completely fine turn 1 for Benjamin here. Very solid. Yeah, no real complaints here. Well played and well executed and just also well drawn. I mean, you kind of did everything you want to do. Yeah, so Runa going to low ball for this Kirlia. Do a bit of price check-in while we're at it. Double check some supporter counts, it seems. And we're going to be shuffling up. So Runa's doing something first here. It's going to be the Jirachi bench, an attachment to active, and an Iono. So a bit of a risky Iono here. If you hit any Curlias, this could get pretty rough. But no Curlias hit. That's a big deal. Yeah, most notably here, though, is... there was something. Right, is the fact that when Rahul decided to hold the Iono and go for Mirage Step, Rahul had a big hand, right? So there's no question that you don't need to play the Iono, whereas for Bruna, it's a lot more interesting because you have like no hand, right? So like even if you're kind of threatened by the fact that like, well, if Iono into a bunch of Curlias, I kind of just lose this game. Um, like you kind of don't have a choice in a way. I mean, the choice is there, right? But like, think about it this way: if you don't play the Iono, you have your 3 Curlias, but you also don't have a Manaphy, so you're immediately threatened by Greninja. Um, and then even if Benji doesn't kill with Greninja, he still spits for free, takes the prize card, takes a Curlia out, and you have like what a 2-3 card hand. Like yeah, you get to Iono then, but uh, it's just not a lot to work with. Whereas if you play the Iono now, right, you're making sure that yes, it's riskier, but if this does pay off, Rune is in a much better spot going into this next turn. So there's an argument to be made for both sides here. I do think I prefer the line for Rune here. I think I prefer playing this Iono, but there is certainly an argument to be made either way. Which is interesting. So yeah, we're gonna see the level ball being played for Benjamin here. It's exactly 0 people surprised. It's gonna be the second Tina. I think that's fine. I think that's pretty good. It's worth noting that there is no Manaphy in play for Runa, and that this matchup is typically considered to be favored for Gardevoir. So, yeah. I would imagine Benji could try to swing this with a Greninja play here, right? I think this is Benjamin's best chance to swing this game, especially because Bruna has not done so much. So I do think that's a play that is worth digging for here, but not a lot of options here. We do have double gates, so we are able to use this Jet Energy. So we have Water Energy in the hand, so we are officially not going to use concealed cards. It is simply not an option anymore. Yeah. You already attached return. The second water is in hand. The third water is in the prizes. So it's going to have to be a power up of this Tina. And then I think we're just going to go retreat into Cram, if I'm not mistaken. Retreat into Cram, take a knockout, go up 2 prize cards, and kind of take it from there. Yeah. I think that's just kind of correct. There's a path. I think we're probably playing the path here. Unless you want to hold it. But I think more so as Benjamin, this is less about holding the path and more so about forcing a path bump out of Runa now, so that when you go Roxanne path, you have more outs to Runa bricking, or I guess it's more accurate to say that Runa has less outs to drawing out of it, right? Because Runa was forced to bump this path. So yeah, seems good. Gonna be a Jirachi promotion for Runa. That's very interesting. Are we that desperate for energies in the discard? I guess if we're going for Cress. Yeah, I mean, I guess we're going for Crest. That makes sense because you get a retreat here. You also have the Turo. I don't know if I agree with that though. Because if we retreat, I guess it's still 10. Or no, because we retreat a Curlia, right? You go attach, you go Psychic Embrace. That's 20. You retreat it, and then you get rid of the 20 with the Cresselia. So yeah, I don't really understand why we're promoting this. Why we're promoting this Jirachi? Like, I don't think it's bad, but it doesn't seem necessary to me. Like it doesn't change Runa's game plan, right? I guess like Runa gets 1 more energy in play here, but I don't know that you actually want that extra energy in play as Runa, right? Like I think you're actually super okay as Runa here to just have the 1 energy, or sorry, just the 2 energies in play instead of the 3, because it means you need less energies in this discard pile next turn if you are able to Cresselia again, and it will also mean that it'll also mean that yeah, you have more energy in discard, and that your energies are less spread out. There we go. Your energies are less spread out, right? Which is going to result. Um, I guess is that bad? Is having your energies? Sorry, I'm losing my train of thought here completely. Hmm. God, fucking Gardevoir, man, makes the head spin. I mean, I guess having the energy spread out is not too bad, but then you have like retreat stuff. I typically don't prefer it, but like I also have no like real reason as to why it's exactly bad. Hmm. I don't know. I think I would have promoted the Curlia, but this is the type of thing where like I kind of want to know what's going on in Runa's head when making this play, right? Like it's just like a brain fart, is this like a blunder, or is there like a reason why in this specific matchup Runa wants to have that extra energy in play? Because it might exist, but I don't see it. Um, yeah, I don't really see why we're doing it like this. Because I would think we want one less. In case he whiffs, he has it on board regardless. By attaching the energy and discarding the energy, he has it on board regardless. You just Psychic Embrace to the Curlia first, right? So it doesn't change whether or not he has it. Basically the difference between promoting the Curlia and promoting the Jirachi is that by promoting Jirachi, you end the turn with 4 energy in play, right? One on each Curlia, one on Gardevoir, and one on Cresselia. Whereas the um, if you promote the Curlia, then um, you end the turn with an energy on Cresselia, an energy on Gardevoir, X energy on one Curlia, right? And you have the same amount of damage on the board, which is then going to result in you just being able to kill Comfy. Yeah. So I mean, I guess if we whiffed Gardevoir EX, then the Jirachi is better because then it's like a better thing to give up for the Cram, but that's so unlikely that you whiff Guardi EX. I think Runa even like just already had it, so I can't really imagine that's the case. Gonna be eyeing up this Artisan in the hand. I'm gonna decide not to play it, so oh, and going for the Tina. Ooh, interesting. Okay. I guess this gives us a more secure one shot on that Tina later, without us having to put a bunch of damage counters on it, like on our Guardi, which means I can't help but feel like your most ideal line in this matchup for Runa is going 1-1-2-2, like in no particular order. In which case, in which case, like you kind of don't need to kill this Tina. I'm not. I'm really not sure I like this from Runa, but I'm very curious to see how this ends up and how it plays out. But it's just gonna be a boss, a path, an evolve, and a spit for Benji. Which I mean seems fine. The hand has pretty much nothing for Benjamin, so it does just make sense. All right, we're gonna see a refinement into a Shining Arcana for Runa here. Attachment energy seems good. There's the Artisan. There is the Rod. Gonna get back some Curlia pieces and Gardevoir pieces here, and gonna be the Artisan getting back that what's me the Manaphy? Okay, finally. And then a Fog Crystal for the rolls. Yep, okay, seems good. Seems solid. And yeah. Alright, so what now? We have an energy. I guess we have the counter catcher. We can just kill the we can kill the Tina. But are we just trying to not do anything for as long as possible? Yeah, we're gonna be putting, was that 60, 80 damage? Was it 80? Yeah, it was 80. There's an energy on the Braults. Okay. Yes, we have 80 on both of these Tinas. And it's gonna be a spit for Benji. Nothing going on here. This is the best thing that could happen for Runa. I guess okay. So I kind of see the vision here, right? Like as Runa, basically what you're trying to do here is you're gonna go set up this damage on these Tinas into kill them with Baby Guardy that cannot be responded by either Cram or Sableye. Either that means either forcing a 2 pricer to attack for Benjamin, or forcing or just not letting Benjamin take the knockout in the first place, or boss, right? Boss is also a way around that, but by bossing, you're ignoring the threat. And there's not much else to boss because they're all 1-prizers, so yeah. I think I like this as Runa. Need to focus them V-stars into my 1-prizer. Need to force them to V-star into my 1-prizers. That makes sense, yeah, okay. That's kind of what I was concluding as well. You see most Gardevoir players on stream though go for the comfies, but I like this line a lot. Otherwise, loses Sableye. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Yeah, no, this seems completely fine. We have counter catcher. There's gonna be the debate on the counter catcher here, or the boss, either or. Yeah. So Benji's bricking, so kind of like regardless of what happens here, I think Runa's in control of this game. But I do, yes, I like the Cresselia play here. It also just means like your Gardevoir is completely healed, right? It's not really threatened by anything. Like look at it this way: if you're Benji in this situation, what do you do? What does Benji realistically do here, right? Now, to be fair, if Benji had knocked out the Cresselia, and we just ignore the fact that I mean, Runa has the Gust, so like that's not really the problem here, right? Runa would have just been able to knock out the Tina regardless. Runa goes to 4, Benji goes to 2. If Benji's able to go, what would it have to be? It'd have to be Boss, Evolve, Gate, yeah, and then just V-star the Guardy into game. Like that would be like a win con for Benji. But what's the alternative for Runa here, right? Taking prize cards doesn't actually change the fact that you're behind for Runa, right? Like for Runa here at this point in the game, it's less about winning on prize cards and more about winning on the fact that Benji can't do anything, right? If you knock out this Tina, then next turn knock out the other Tina, preferably with like I guess Gardevoir EX, assuming it doesn't evolve. That like the Tina doesn't evolve, right? Then I guess there's the Cram that's still a threat. This board state's so weird because like the board state favors Runa by a lot, especially because of the damage. However, Benji's taken so many prize cards that you kind of need Benji to brick, which isn't unreasonable because A, it's Tina, and B, Iono exists. But and Benji has been bricking, but the control of the game is in Benji's hands, right? Not that Benji's hand is good, but it is control. Only by a technicality. So, all right, we're gonna see the Comfy promotion, a Path top deck. Not really helping here. I think it was a Pokegear. Didn't quite catch the switch card. It seems gonna have to Pokegear into a Miracle card here. Tina is supposed to develop 2 V-Star with a shit ton of energy and then board to kill. Yeah. That checks out. That's kind of how we see most people play it. This matchup, man, it's so complicated. Very interesting, though, but there's a reason I'm not bringing either of these decks to a tournament. Because, oh my god, this matchup is... I'm sure it's fun to play, but wow, there's a lot going on here. Yeah. So much going on. Okay, we have a Colress here for Benji. Not the ideal draw supporter. A lot of supporters for next turn in hand, but I mean, there's nothing you can do here, right? Are we just passing with the Ralts in the active? Not the Ralts, the Comfy? I think we might have to. There's a Tina. I do like that. Gonna hold. Okay, I like this a lot. So we're holding V-Star. We have Gate, V-Star, Catcher, Roxanne Path in hand, right? So you're trying to like somehow set up a checkmate, not like checkmate board state, but like a board state next turn that Runa can't draw out of. The issue is that like if Runa has boss, Runa goes to 2. Does Runa want to play boss? Runa probably does, right? Or maybe Cresselia is better here. Okay, actually, let me think about this for a second. So, assuming Runa doesn't know what Benji has, but is assuming worst case scenario, which is what Benji has, right? So assuming Runa can, or assuming Runa is expecting Benji to do what he has in hand, right? What is Runa's best line here? You can kill Tina. If you kill Tina while having energy on your Guardy, putting even more energy on your Guardy, yeah, then you have the Arcana. As long as the Arcana kills, then you're fine. You can boss the non-damaged Tina to then go, because then the second Tina has damage, and then he can't go Catcher, which means he has to knock out Active. Which means Benji goes to 2, which means Runa then needs, I guess, just Evolve plus Path Bump would be? Yeah, exactly, yeah. Yeah, so Runa's right in chat. For sure. Gonna double check, Jesus Christ, I cannot speak the English language. Oh my god. Gonna double check the energy. The Zero cards away the Greninja seems fine. We have Fog Crystal Thin here, nothing else going on. Yeah, just gonna thin. I think we're looking at the Iono here. No, we have the boss. We're definitely bossing. Ignore everything I just said. Actually, if we have the catcher, do we want Iono here? Benji has like a fairly high card count, right? Interesting. I like the Arcana, the Shining Arcana evolve here for Runa because you know that if Benji does kill EX, you just win. So I like this. You have no reason to not do it, I guess. The only reason would be because you want to evolve next turn, so you can get Refinement plus Arcana next turn. But if you are getting Roxanne, then you have no guarantee of having Arcana. So there's a couple things. You also take the Arcana to attack here. It is going to be the counter catcher. Okay. Level Ball. Going to be a bunch of thinning here for Runa. Deck looks pretty good. So, Rod, do we not have Iono in hand? Really? Hold up, did we have Gust? Was there Gust in Runa's deck? There is no Gust in Runa's deck. So the only remaining Gust out for Runa is the boss in his hand. Very interesting. So I think we have to hold this hand for Runa. You're still thinning as much as possible because you expect to get Roxanne. Yeah, and we're going to hold the hand. Okay, yeah. I'd love to see the Iono there, but I guess you're... Okay, so you're expecting Benji to... You're expecting Benji to knock out Active because knocking out anything on the bench means you lose, or means Benji loses, so... Then you expect to go 2-2, so holding counter catcher doesn't make sense. Okay, yeah. So this is 100% correct for Runa. Just the correct line all around. You did what you can to play around Roxanne as well. Will you be playing Dortmund decks later this week? Yes, on Friday probably. Unless I VOD review the second half of Dortmund, but probably not. Well, we have a while until Utrecht, which is the next major, so maybe I do... Maybe I finish up the VOD review on Friday, and then Monday I start like playing some of the Dortmund decks. A bit behind, like a bit behind, but um, yeah, we'll see. We'll figure it out on Friday. How about that? What are you excited to play? Lost Dialga has some history in this chat. Let me tell you. If you were there last Wednesday, that was crazy. Because we had the OG. Here's the actually. Let me spill some Dialga lore. I'm gonna put this pause. This actually no, we're gonna pause the mod review for a second here. Okay, last Wednesday, right? We streamed late night. We played Arc Ray. Okay, shit was going fun. However, there was a Lost Zone Dialga V-Star player who was dominating the tournament in Swiss. Right, named about it a bunch. The player in question came into the chat, said hi, talked about the deck. It was a lot of fun, right? The next day at League, okay, one of my locals, Osmo Smurda, comes in and he wants to play a really shitty deck for Dortmund, right? Wants to play a really shitty deck. Uh, and he's like, yeah. So I was thinking about Lost Zone Dialga, and I'm like, oh, did you check out late night yesterday? And he's like, no, did something happen late night? So bro had just like not at all seen the Lost Zone Dialga deck, right? Like at all. And I'm like, okay, man. Lost Zone Dialga got like I think it was second at Late Night EU last week. Here's the 60. Like here's the 60, and he's like, oh, this is like 2 cards off of what I was playing already, but this looks broken, so I'm gonna lock that, right? I'm like sick. And we got him Dialga cards. I think a friend of mine ended up lending him the Dialga cards he needed. And then he walked in to Dortmund with like a day worth of testing at most. There's no way there was more. Showed up and got top 32. So there's the Dialga lore. There's the Dialga lore for you guys. Yeah. So that happened. So I'm actually super excited to play some Dialga on stream. That will happen. I promise you that will happen. Eventually at least. So back to the stream game here. We're going to see a counter catcher onto the Cresselia, combination with a boss. So very interesting here for Benji. I think taking the one price knockout here is correct. You kind of don't get too much value from knocking out the Giratina and the Manaphy at this point. There's an argument to be made for knocking out the Giratina, because then you can Sableye damage next turn, but I guess the Cresselia is probably more threatening. We knew that choosing to take 2 turns in a row was good. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good when you get to do that. Yeah, I mean, I kind of would like to see Cram Jirachi here, but I guess by getting rid of the Cresselia, you're protecting your Sableye, but there shouldn't be enough energy in the discard pile for Runa. Well, I guess there's 2 damage. 2 more energy. I don't know. Wait, how many energy? We'll look at 9? Yeah, no, Runa shouldn't be able to knock out a Sableye with Cresselia next turn. So, I definitely think we should be killing the Jirachi instead of the Cresselia here as Benji. Yeah, because then we can go kill Cresselia, kill Manaphy for games. This actually looks like a massive blunder for Benji. Yeah. No energy in Runa's discard either. This Cresselia is not attacking next turn. You just retreat to Guardy to get 2 energy in discard. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's true. But you're still no, but that doesn't change anything, right? Because what's the Cresselia is 120, so it goes to 90. I mean, sure, we could do that. We can kill Sableye, but it's not like we can't get the Sableye back. And when we get the Sableye back, we have game, right? So yeah, the Cresselia gets to attack next turn, but I mean, as for your prize trade, right? You have to as for your prize trade, you have to kill, like, as Benji, you're either going Gust Up Gardevoir EX next turn, or you're trying to find some alternative, right? And having access to Sableye is your alternative. So even if Runa goes for a Cresselia to knock out Sableye next turn, right? Is no different from if Runa goes hit with Arcana into Cram, right? That doesn't change anything. But by getting rid of the Jirachi, you're opening up another potential line for yourself as Benji here. Are you Danish and American? I am Danish American. I'm born in the States, American dad, Danish mom, grew up in Denmark. I speak fluent Danish. I speak fluent English. But when I speak English, I sound American because obviously it's the English I grew up with, right? Men ja, jeg kan godt tale dansk, tale flydende dansk. Så hvis jeg godt skal sidde og tale dansk her på stream, så kan jeg godt det, men det kommer ikke til at ske. Okay, there's some Danish, there's a daily Danish. All right, back to the stream. Yeah. Okay, so it's gonna be Roxanne for Benji here. I love throwing out the Danish. It's always funny. Double energy rod. There's a rod in hand. We have the rod. No psychic, no nest ball, but the rod is there, so there is a non-0% chance that Benji could just get punished here. Runa could also just find boss, right? That could also just happen, right? So yeah. I'm gonna be Ultra Ball for Runa here. What are we looking at? We have 2 Arcanas and 1 boss in deck, so if you hit boss, you win the game as Runa. It's that simple. And if you don't hit boss, then you're kind of just hoping that Benji doesn't have it. Ooh, Iono and Research. I definitely think we're going Arcana first here for Runa. I don't think you're ever punished for going Arcana first here. Because if you whiff, you simply play the Iono. Yeah, it's going to be a whiff here. We have the Collapsed. We could go bench Ralt, Collapsed, Guardy, EX. Before doing that, we put the we put energy on the Guardy, like the fresh Guardy on the bench. We discard the EX and yeah, we can set up a checkmate for Runa here. Shadow, are you on a team with a guy called Cameron McDonald? We're not teammates, but we test together, and Cameron and I have been friends for a couple of years now. So teammates, no, I play for the Lost Time Kitchen. I don't have European teammates, but we do test. Cam's a good friend of mine. And yeah, thank you, Shadow. I appreciate it. All right. Yeah, gonna be the Ralts bench. Think we're lying the Collapsed. I would like to see energies come and play first, but I guess that's not what we're doing here as Runa. We should still have Candy in deck, so yeah. He has no rocks left, so I can research to draw. Oh, okay. Well, oh yeah, because he lost into Roxanne. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Okay. Yeah, so your research here. And because Benji did not target pass and play, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Oh yeah. So you can't. Okay, yeah. My dumbass would have done that shit and had to have my opponent call me out for it. 100%. I guarantee you, if I was Runa there, I would have tried to attach to my Gardevoir. No questions asked. I am that dumb. That dumb. Yeah, so Benji's getting super punished for not targeting this Jirachi last turn. Not that it would be impossible for Runa to get it back, right? But you owe it, like, as Benji, you owe it to yourself to try, right? Now this is, it's not quite checkmate, but it sure as hell is not that far off. Runa has, as Benji, you know Runa has another boss, and you know, well, we also know, but like, there's another boss, and there's the reversal, so like, Runa doesn't even have to get the Gardevoir EX back next turn, because Runa can just go attach reversal. You're doing 120 with the Guardy now, and you just go boss comfy for game, right? So yeah, yeah, this is completely fine. We're rotting. Do we need to rot? I mean, if we have boss reversal, then we might as well. But I don't think we need to rot here, especially if we know that there's no Roxanne left. I think we have boss, so it just doesn't matter. There's the reversal, might as well attach it. You have another reversal in hand if a boss trap is attempted. So yeah, this is checkmate on hand, in hand plus board, with no With no hand. Yeah, putting EX back is wrong. Yeah, okay. Curler is fine because the Iono guarantee the draw to it. That's fair. Yeah. I don't think like you have game in hand and you know Benji can't hand disrupt, so it doesn't matter. But technically speaking, it's wrong, right? Uh, because now you can't like thin your entire hand for free, guaranteed, right? You could still like if you hit Curlia off of we have 2 cards in deck that we shuffled back 2, so we go draw for turn, Shining Arcana. Then I guess the worst case is that our last card is Curlia and we can't thin the Curlia, but like it's technically a misplay, but there's just no way it ever matters, right? There's I don't think there's a line as Benji here that can actually punish that play. So yeah. Well, there's an Avery in hand. I mean, surely we're just getting rid of a Ralts here, though, right? I mean, I guess Jirachi doesn't matter because Benji can't take 2 prize cards off this board. I honestly, I think as long as you're not getting rid of Gardevoir or Manaphy, it doesn't matter here. Just you obviously want to be safe as Runa here. Jirachi is fine. I think I would have gotten rid of the Ralts. But I mean, still, this doesn't matter, right? Again, Benji's gonna sit here and be 20 damage off of a win, and yeah, gonna be I guess looks like a Jet and a V-Star, so it's just gonna be Runa, draw for turn, energy, boss. Yep, done. Cool. Yeah, super well played from Runa. Wouldn't expect anything less, frankly. There's no point in me saying Runa's praises. I do it enough. Yeah. All right, let's see what we got here. Got some mulligans going on. Got the hand cam. We're gonna look at the Runa shuffle. Damn, that's a sick shuffle. That's a shuffle cut. That's crazy. All right. Are both players just mulliganing? Is that what's going on here? Yeah, seems to be the case. Can we find a basic Pokemon? Probably, maybe. There's one for Benji. Seems like we got one for Runa as well. Yep. 15 minutes to win game 2. Yeah, that's and Runa's prize cards. Runa's prize cards are just as bad. Okay, maybe not just as bad. Yeah, good luck winning this game in 15 minutes, Benjamin. 8 minutes to win game 3? Oh god, what happened? At this point in the tournament, I was too sad about the fact that I was 1-3 to pay attention to the stream, okay? Alright, bet you get a pride check. Started the last Tina V. Alright. Sick invite. I'm gonna be a pass over. What's in hand for Runa? Iono, Artisan, Level Ball, EX, Energy, Greninja. Not terrible. Let's do the cards first. Seems fine. I'll do the prize check. And I assume we are Ionoing here. Energy is good. Was that not there's an Iono in hand, right? Is there a reason we're not Ionoing, or is it just because the board was bad for Benji? Well, let me like try to see this hand again. Artisan, what's that? I guess we don't need to Iono here as Runa, right? Like we don't need to Iono unless we're about to get Greninja'd. If we're getting Greninja, then we're getting punished for not playing that Iono. Yeah. Admittedly, a bit greedy. I mean, to be fair, I think was the water. No, the water energy lost one was this turn. Okay. Benji didn't do anything. So finding Cram kill would have been hard for him. That's fair. Yeah. That's valid. Nothing going on in this hand. What are we? No, it's just gonna be Abyss Seeking. Okay. Okay. For a second there, I thought we were about to get a Moonlight Shuriken, but okay. Abyss Seeking. Yeah. Not surely we're just Ionoing now, right? Because we're trying to find a Corellia. Yep. Like the Artisan Hold. No reason to be greedy. That is a fat whiff. Okay. Well, we still have concealed cards. Now it's a fat whiff. Okay. That hand sucks. That is a terrible hand. We're not getting Shuriken here. So Runa is starting this game from behind, but not that much more behind than you would typically as Lost Box or as Guardy into Tina. Sorry. Um. Right. So. Maybe this is probably fine for Runa. It's not great by any means, but it's definitely not game losing, at least not yet. Alright, there's the Cram. That's to be expected. There's the Path. There's going to be a Greninja promotion, a Moonlight Hill. Good top deck for Runa. Concealed cards. Boss Energy. Jack shit going on in the hand for Runa here. Absolute brick off the I'm just gonna pack it up. Okay, so let me think about this for a second. Is scooping correct for Runa? Probably, because with 8 minutes left, Benji is gonna win this game. 8 minutes plus turn of time, Benji will win this game. You will tie. So by going to game 3, you're probably tying regardless. However, at least you're giving yourself the chance that Benji might brick and you might be able to win a fast game, right? So scooping here is correct as Runa. Aiden lost when he had Sableye, but that too, that helps. Yeah, that definitely doesn't do any favors. So yeah, I think the scoop is correct. Like I think regardless as Runa, you see that hand and you're kind of like, well, fuck, I guess I'm tying this one. But by scooping here, you're at the bare minimum giving yourself the chance to cheese a win in game 3, right? Um, yeah, you're giving yourself the opportunity to choose a win. If you tie, you tie, but like that would have been the same outcome as if you had decided to play out game 2. So the scoop here is correct for Runa. Now we are playing this fast forwarded, but I should roughly be able to still tell Runa's pace of play because I want to see Runa play fast here. And it's going to be a price check while letting Benji play. Super smart. Some opponents would always let you do this, but Benji is just as competitive, and wants to make this game wants to let this game finish. So is going to let Runa price check during his turn, which I think is completely fair. Of course, Runa's decision on the I think it was a VIP pass, has already been made, so it's not like Benjamin's actions are going to change what Runa picks, but yeah, super cool, or super smart play from Runa. Smart, right? It's more like a gentleman's thing, right? Yeah, Benji's cool for it, 100%. It's more of like a gentleman's thing, right? You kind of like gentleman's to it. Because obviously Benji can just wait for Runa to prize check, and then Runa's like, well, fuck, I don't want to waste the time, so I guess I won't prize check, but not prize checking is kind of bad. So, yeah, Benji gonna make sure that there's at least an attempt at this game happening. Still, regardless of how fast these two players play, uh, the odds of this game going through are going to be very small. We have a Pokegear and a Battle VIP Pass. It has to be the VIP grab here. Yeah. No guarantee of a Colress, and I think you just grab Tina. And do we not have Greninja? Yeah, but we're going for really. Are we not going for Greninja here, or do we prize it? Do we prize Ninja? I don't see it on deck. Tina V-Star. Yeah, I don't see it on deck for Benji. Okay. So yeah, that's unfortunate because I would have loved. Like I feel like as Benji, you're definitely wanting to conceal cards there in hopes of finding a Colress out. But I guess if you don't have it, you don't have it, right? It's kind of all there is to it. All right, so let's see what Runa's chosen line here is going to be a very, very, very fast Mirage Step. Only 2 Curlia. I don't think I caught the prize cards, but I'm assuming that we did prize a Curlia, or that we have one in hand. Although if we had one in hand, we are probably evolving. I don't know if that's entirely correct, but I don't think we have one in hand regardless. So Benji going to just play the 2 Comfies and Spits. 2 minutes left on the clock. A little over 2 minutes left on the clock here. Going into Runa's turn. Going to debate this Rod. Is going to end up picking, using it. I'm going to grab back the Ralts, the Curlia, and the Zacian. Seems good to me. For Runa here, your goal is you want to take a prize card this turn. You want to take a prize card next turn. Ooh, or Counter Catcher. Counter Catcher works too. Did we use that? Okay, yeah, we did use that Curlia. I was about to say, I didn't remember Runa using that Curlia, but Runa did use that Curlia. Okay. Alright, so what are we doing here? We're evolving active Curlia, benching a bunch of guys, Ultra Balling double Psychic, getting Arcana. There's the energy in the discard pile from the refinement. So it'll be attach, and a Shining Arcana, and the energies or the damage is going to go on the Tina. So as kind of discussed in game 1, this is probably Runa's best play. However, I can't help but feel like in terms of time, you're probably trying to be a bit more greedy as Runa. Because, like, okay, so here's the thing. These players don't know exactly how much time they're left, right? Like, you are allowed to ask the judge at the table. However, knowing precisely how long is left is kind of impossible. So if you'd ask the judge now as a Runa, you probably get an answer like 2 minutes, right? Maybe 1 minute. The judge might say 1 minute, right? But the thing is, like, you probably have to go take a prize this turn, take a prize next turn, and then hope that's enough time to finish the set. Because then you have 2 turns of time, where those 2 turns of time, you're trying to go knockout Tina. But by going for this, next turn you have to go knockout Tina. You go to 2. Benji's not going to prize another. You take 2, but then Benji's not going to prize another 2 prize, and you tie regardless. So in an actual game, I think this is correct as Runa, but I can't help but feel like Runa is overestimating how much time is actually left. I actually said 1 minute. Okay. Before or after the Cresselia? I'm actually kind of interested in that. There's no way we're finishing. That's true, yeah. Well, so the thing is, like, when you ask the judge, like, Benji's also going to hear that, and Benji doesn't have to time stall to, yeah, Benji doesn't have to time stall for that minute to happen before. Okay, yeah. Like, yeah, there's no, like, even if you play at a fast pace for Benji here, it's not going to change the fact that your turn probably takes a minute, right? At the bare minimum. So, yeah, reasonably we're tying. I think I would have still tried to hit the Comfy, but I think it's a fair assumption that this game is tying. And yeah, I mean, Benji's turn does finish in time. So I guess, like, as Runa, you can just go, like, speed here. Try your absolute best to finish this turn. And just, yeah, knockout active. So, I mean, okay, if we want to be super, super, super critical here, technically speaking, if Rune had hit the Comfy or the Sableye with the Cresselia, Rune could win this game. But you're sitting there and you have, like, basically 0 time. I was about to say, like, 2 seconds, but you don't even have 2 seconds to make your decisions because shit just has to fucking happen, right? Like, stuff has to happen. Like, you're sitting there, you're playing under time constraints, and you're like, I just need to do literally anything. Like I can never like justifiably blame Runa for targeting the Tina, but I think it's correct to target the Comfy because you want to be greedy, right? Even if it's not correct in a longer game, I think you assume the game is a lot like is shorter than it is, and then even if Benji's turn finishes after time is called, then you tie regardless, right? You tie regardless of what you hit. Benji doesn't have a win condition, so um, yeah. It's unfortunate, but I mean now time is going to be called. Uh, Time's called, and yeah, they fist bump is obviously a tie. Um, so I mean, there was a brief way to win that game for Runa, but even then, right? Runa would have to go knock out a one prize and then find a way to knock out the Tina, which would have been a fresh Tina because there wouldn't have been damage on it because we wouldn't have been crystalling it. And after Benji, or no, even like that turn, like even that turn for Benji, which would have been turn 0, there would have been an out to go Roxanne, right? So like the odds of Runa winning that game, even if he targets the Comfy, aren't actually that much higher. Am I gonna play Pokemon later? Not today. Friday probably. But yeah, we're gonna be dedicating the entire stream time to the VOD review for today. Which gonna be just standard 4 hours. I'm in Europe, so it's late. I mean, it's not late now, but it'll be late by the time we finish, right? Um, Still really good game one in particular. So yeah, all right, we're gonna go into. Let me check the prize cards again. Okay, so we've got some Kyogre Chien-Pao going on here versus seemingly a Mew build. This could be either or because they all play Fusion Energy now. Two path though for Bernadetta versus Cohen. I'm gonna go with Cohen. I'm probably butchering the hell out of. Actually, what if I just call him Morris? Can I call him Morris? I'll call him Morris. How about that? All right. Cool. Good luck, Wolf players here. We're going to see Morris going first here with a Nest Ball. It's going to be Chien-Pao versus Mew. So, yeah, let's see what we got here. We're going to see a prize checking here. I don't recall anything super major in either player's prize cards besides the double path for Benedetta. Yeah. Okay, so going to be a prize check for Morris here. No, is it Morris? It's not Morris, it's Morris, isn't it? Fuck it, I'm going with Cohen. His name is Cohen. I'm so bad with names, it's actually hysterical. Yeah, gonna be the Earth Vessel here for Cohen. Really not that great of a hand. Really not that great of a hand here. Not a lot going on. Gonna be a concealed cards here. There's an Irida. There's a Trekking Shoes. So I guess if we are playing the Kyogre, the Trekking Shoes does make a lot of sense because what's it called? Because you're trying to thin your deck to open up for the Kyogre play, right? Gonna be a Pokegear here. There's the VIP pass. Love to see it. So Cohen is going to be able to play the game. Yeah, so this is a matchup I consider to be quite favored for Benedetta. Your entire game plan is basically just punch the Excalibur until he stops popping up, right? That's simple, right? You're just kind of trying to yeah, you're like as Benedetta here, you're simply trying to stop Excalibur from staying in play, and that that way you'll just win naturally, right? Because even though like the price trade gets a little bit awkward, and the Chien-Pao does a lot of damage, right? By getting rid of the Excalibur in combination with stuff like Judge if possible, not every turn, like obviously you can't Judge and Boss at the same turn, but on turns where you're not bossing, you can Judge, right? Then I do like this a lot for Benedetta. So let's see here. I'm going to get a prize check, it seems. This looks like to be the DTE Mew with the 2 fusion energies. So, what is typically coined as Hybrid Mew nowadays. Gonna be a price check for Benedetta. Not gonna skip. I'm gonna give myself a chance to drink some water here. All right. Second VIP being played here. Mew, assuming a Genesect. Yep, seems completely fine to me. Gonna be a Feather Ball for another Mew. There we go. We are absolutely chilling. This board seems very, very good. Yeah. 3 Mew, 3 Genesect. You don't really want to hold the Feather here just to, like, you have enough outs to VMAX. That shouldn't really be an issue. You also have VMAX in hand. Yes, never mind. I'm going to be playing the tablet. I guess, like... I guess whether or not you hold the tablet doesn't really matter in this matchup, right? Like, you have, like, the... You want to have a tablet occasionally to kill a Chien-Pao, but... I mean... It really shouldn't change too much, right? Yeah. Alright, I'm going to be a Ultra Ball for Benedetta here to thin. I think we're digging for Path here. I'd assume we're digging for Path. Ooh, nothing in that hand. There's no Iono as an option. Wouldn't hate that. Hand's really not that great, yeah. If you're not Ionoing this turn, you're certainly Ionoing next turn. So there's the Path. There's a Heavy Ball. We'll let Benedetta just double check all our prize cards. You have a VIP in hand. You're probably not holding the Heavy Ball for Cram. I think this is absolutely just completely fine for Benedetta. Of course, no basics in there. We already knew that. Yeah, I mean, this seems completely fine to me. So, what do we use? Use the third Genesect, draw some cards. We already have our attachment. We have our path. Yeah, you've done everything you want to do in turn 1 as Benedetta here. Nothing else to really say on that front. We kind of just did what we needed to do. And yeah, it's going to be Cohen's turn here. Going to start with the top deck into a Trekking Shoes, into an Ultra Ball. That was a Trekking Shoes, right? Yeah, that was a Trekking Shoes. Okay. So, going to be an Ultra Ball here. I don't think we have Candy. So the barrel is just going to be the grab, trying to dig for an Iono. Yeah, going to be the Iono we're looking for here. And 2 cards off of the barrel. Damn, that is not a great hand. Wow, that is 3 retrievals and what was it, Candy? Yeah, not not great. Especially when we don't have access to Shivery Chills and Conceal cards. So, back over to Benedetta. We really... Oh, wait, Path isn't playing. We don't have a Path bump. Okay. Let's see here. DTE, Boss, VIP Pass, Genesect, Rope, Palpat. Yeah, you're probably just passing. You could attach to a Mew, but like you just don't need to. They're good retreat outs to have for Genesect, so I guess neither player is playing Pokemon. Now as Cohen, you're in a really weird spot where you're kind of having to debate whether or not you want to play down the Pokestop you just top decked, right? Because if you play down the Pokestop, well, then Benedetta gets to play the game, and if Benedetta gets to play the game and you don't hit anything good off the Pokestop, then you kind of just lose. So, yeah, I kind of like the pass play here for Cohen. It's a bit passive, right? I think the problem is that by passing, if Benedetta top decks before you top deck, it gets really, really bad. So, yeah, I guess like if you play the VIP, you can fit in your hand. You have you have the retrievals in hand. You don't want to get rid of all of them, of course, but you can play 2. Yeah, it's. I mean, you probably could like play Pokestop, use Chivalry Chills, use Concealed cards. then go Pokestop if you don't hit anything, I guess. Into the barrel if you don't hit anything. Yeah, it's weird. I think I want to play the Pokestop for going, just because, like, yeah, the bluff is probably effective in most cases, but if Benedetta, like, if Benedetta gets out of this, you just wasted a chance to get a free knockout, which could potentially win you the game, right? So, yeah, it's going to be the Chromatic and a Tails, so Cohen is going to go unpunished. And it's going to be a passover. So Candy top deck here, not great. Cohen, you got to make a move because that was a Battle VIP Pass top deck. So, not VIP Pass. That was a Lost Vacuum top deck. There we go. Both of those are very good top decks at very different times. Okay, we're going to see the Vacuum being eyed up here. Going to look like, I think we're going to credit the Genesect. Seems fine to me. Yeah, it's probably the best discard here. Cohen currently deeply regretting the earlier decision of not using the Pokestop, but what can you do? Benedetta now trying to find probably I would like to see the boss here. Actually, I think for Benedetta what I would like to see there is probably like boss Bibarel, Palpad back the boss, and then go Genesect. The main reason, well, I guess it could be Frigibax too. I don't know. I mean, you could take the prize cards here and you can try to like erase Cohen because you go take two, take another two, yeah. You'd have enough tablets because you got rid of one already. You still have enough tablets, but that feels like kind of easy for Cohen to play around. And while as Benedetta, you're not exactly expecting the Kyogre, you see the Trick and Shoes, and something's definitely weird, right? Like, I don't think you can reasonably expect to see Kyogre here, but I think your goal in this matchup is still to disrupt Cohen's board as much as possible and win that way. So killing Chien-Pao here is kind of greedy. So if we're bossing, I would have liked to go boss. You could boss Frigibasks, right? Would have been fine too, because then like you're not only forcing the Candy backs out of Cohen, you're also forcing a Frigibax rebench, but Barrel probably has more upside, just making it harder for Cohen to find the backs in the first place. Yeah, so either way, what I would have wanted Benedetta to do is to simply go play the boss, then Palpate back the boss, the Iono, and then go for the Genesect. But enough on that. It's not like killing this Chien-Pao is terrible. I don't think it's a game-losing decision by any means. It's going to be a one card here for Benedetta. Crib and Rope's going to be Tails. Going to be a Judge, yeah. So Judge is fine. It's not great. I guess if you like... If you play the boss, you're like yourself. Well, you have 4 Steelstone, right? So it's not like the hand is bad for Benedetta, but it's not like you're not doing anything. It's not like you aren't sticking to like your original plan here. So yeah, I disagree with the general line for Benedetta, but it's not terrible. We're gonna see the Cram finally flipping heads here. We're probably just getting the Mew VMAX here. No needs an Ultra Ball. We're not trying to dig for too many cards. Yeah. No, it's going to be a... Oh, right. Yeah, we need tablet. Never mind. Yeah. Yeah, we're killing Chien-Pao. Of course we need tablet. Duh. Okay. Choice Belt's useless. I guess V is fine here. The thing is, you're down now your 4th V and your 4th Mew V and your 4th Genesect V, so that means like once Benedetta starts knocking stuff out, you have nothing else to bench, which means this bench is going to start depleting fast for Benedetta, so I'm inclined to consider this a misplay. It's not like we can't get rid of Vacuum. So yeah, I think I disagree with that. Getting rid of the Mew there. Still, It's a small thing. The odds of it mattering aren't too high, but it's worth keeping in mind. Okay. We are going to be eyeing up some energies here for Cohen on that Chien-Pao. And let's see how we take it from here. Pokegear is gonna need to hit an Irida, or else those energies just clog the hell out of your hand. Yep, there's the Irida. Okay, so Cohen is officially allowed to play Pokemon. Very happy about that. Yeah. How are we doing this? Why are we shuffling? Oh, we're gonna conceal cards first. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. Getting rid of the lightning, of course, seems completely fine. Double candy is gonna be grabbed there. So I would love to see Ultra Ball Excalibur. Superior Energy Retrieval is probably fine. You have a lot of energies in hand though. Candy back, so we're probably okay. Never mind. So we can go Earth and Vessel. Misplay. Earth and Vessel away water. Grab some energies. Then use the Superior Energy Retrieval. And get back 4 water, and you leave the lightning in the discards. You do not want that lightning in your hand. That lightning achieves nothing. Yeah, the Earth and Vessel would have been a tad bit more value there. And of course, you still have your concealed cards. So, hook stop. Wow, I'm tired. I'm going through some caffeine withdrawal right about now. I have not had enough caffeine, or at least not as much caffeine as I normally do. I might actually end the stream a bit early because, not now, obviously, not anytime close to now, but grocery stores in Denmark close at 10. I was going to end the stream at 10, but if I leave, if I end the stream, 15 minutes early, I can make it to the grocery store to buy myself a Monster at 10 p.m. I don't know if that's worth it, but I guess we'll find out. Either way, I'm going to see the knockout for Cohen and the Kyogre being taken off the prize cards. I can imagine Kyogre is a big part of your win condition in this matchup as Cohen, which seems reasonable to me, right? Kyogre, obviously, notoriously a very good card against Mew. All those Genesects lined up on the bench for you there. But it's going to be an Iono for Benedetta. What did we do? What's going on? Nothing? I think nothing. Okay. Cool. Good. Keep it that way. Box of Disaster, Power Tablet. Okay, we attached a Fusion Energy here. Okay, interesting. Very interested into why we're attaching the Box of Disaster to the benched Mew. I guess if we're leaping, but I don't see why we're ever leaping here. Also, it's gonna be the Iono for Benedetta. I didn't quite catch if we had the boss, but if we did have the boss, I would like to see the boss play. You could also have gone boss psychically. I don't know. This 2/2/2 line from Benedetta is getting really risky because now all Cohen needs is to simply just find Excalibur, find energies, do the big boom. By constantly targeting these Chien-Paos instead of going for the Excaliburs, you're making this game harder on yourself as Benedetta because, what Cohen needs to win here is just so much less, right? Yeah, 6 done, cool, yeah. So I guess Benedetta was trying to play the path game in this matchup, which seems reasonable to me. But 9 times out of 10, you're just so much better off going for your for the back out that. Oh my god, you're better off going for the Excaliburs in this matchup. It's every 30 minutes my brain just crashes and then I have to reload it by saying dumb shit until I can speak clearly again. Yeah, that's probably what's happening here. Regardless, Cohen is just going to win this game. Yeah, I don't entirely disagree with Benedetta's line of play and the way she handled this, but it wasn't bad play by any means. And I don't say that to be polite either. Yeah, it was well played. Just not Okay. It was okay. It was well played, but like I don't disagree with the line take. I don't agree with the line taken, if that makes sense. So yeah. Okay, look at these prize cards. A shit ton of ball search for Cohen, and a couple key Pokemon for Benedetta. That heavy ball is going to have some increased value here. Of course, playing only 8 basic Pokemon in this deck means that filling up the bench might be hard. As I say that, we have a Nest Ball and we have a heavy ball in hand, as well as 2 basic Pokemon. So, let's see how Benedetta decides to handle this. So we're going to go prize checking here. Let's get past that. Grab the Genesect, and then based off of the Nest Ball, you can conclude what's prized to play the Heavy Ball. Look at Benedetta's hand. Like, the argument on whether or not we Nest Ball or Heavy Ball first, it completely depends on whether or not we want to use this Heavy Ball as cram fodder, or if we want to use this Heavy Ball to thin a card, right? With no cram in hand, like, it's not impossible to find cram as Benedetta, but you have the vacuum, and you don't really need the vacuums in this matchup that much, so I would think what I would have liked to see Benedetta do, especially, like, you're down a game, you're trying to save time, like, this is a great way to save time, would just simply have been Heavy Ball first, check your prize cards, okay, here's what I have, grab what you take, like, just whatever, doesn't matter which one you grab, right, you just grab the other one off the Nest Ball. Yeah, so then you play the Nest Ball and you do your Mew stuff, right? You save a lot of time that way. And then you also like have slightly more accurate information because you will know your exact 6 prize cards instead of just what you price checked for, which for most people will not be the exact 6, right? So that aside, the board state remains the same. It's a minor gripe at the end of the day. Be a rope to retreat and a Genesect for 2. Or for 1, sorry, an attach and Genesect for 1, and a pass over to Cohen. So, gonna be a Shivery Chills start here. I'm going through the deck quite fast. I go quite slow, sorry. I'll do a price check into a Battle VIP pass. Greninja and Frigibax seem like good grabs to me. Yeah, nothing to complain about there. We see the Pokegear in hand. Interesting. Gonna be a whiff on that. I wouldn't have hated to see holding gear there. At the bare minimum, I would have liked to like Greninja first, then gear. But I guess you go thin. No, because you want to play a supporter here. Yeah. So that poor sequencing on Cohen's end there. Definitely. Keep the gear. Okay, yeah, we're gonna play the Nest Ball. So, yeah. Greninja before gear, 100%. But that aside, the Nest Ball is the correct grab off the shoes because you, at the bare minimum, you need to put a second Frigibax into play. That is not a choice. That is a demand. If you do not do that, you will lose this game. Cohen is going to identify that, bench it, and it's probably just going to be an attached pass from here. So, yeah, it's going to be a pass over to Benedetta. Just going to be the good old basic attached to active, evolve into Mew VMAX. Going to debate a couple things about this hand. I think we're holding the path and we're probably digging for boss here. I want to see Benedetta make an adaptation here from last game by instead of prioritizing these Frigibax. So not deciding to play anything from this hand. I guess there is nothing to back him away. You do want the path. Gonna be another path. Gonna be you have a Judge Path. Yeah, Judge Path is an option, but we are going to opt to not play the path, which I guess is fine to an extent, right? Like path doesn't stop that much on Cohen's end, especially if you're playing especially with Cohen not having any Chien-Pao in play, sorry, after this turn, assuming you do find a tablet. But, I mean, Cohen didn't really do anything last turn, though, right? Like, I get the hand was bad, but Cohen did nothing. Cohen whiffed a Pokegear, used concealed cards, and passed. No VIP, no supporter, no nothing. I mean, I know the judge is going to, like, statistically make Cohen's hand worse, but I can't help but feel like this is kind of a trap for Benedetta. Yeah, at a bare minimum, I like to see the third Genesect before resorting to the boss. So, or not the boss, the judge. But yeah, it seems like we are just gonna have to punch the active here. I mean, punching the active is not bad because you're gonna open up Psychic Leap as an option later in the game, especially if Cohen does whiff. Yeah, seems like we are just gonna hit the active. Yep. Oh, we're gonna Psychic. Okay, I guess if you're trying to set up the damage here is not bad. However, the inherent downside is that like you're not actually able to kill the Chien-Pao with Psychic Leap, and getting value out of your Psychic Leap is just such an important thing in this matchup, right? Especially with the way Benedetta's playing it, right? With the way Benedetta's playing it, and especially the fact you're playing DT Emu, you don't have access to these single prize Pokemon. You need to be able to Psychic Leap, right? And to have a set up Psychic Leap on the board is very, very, very valuable. And Benedetta not taking that is not exactly something I agree with. Yeah, so it's whatever. We'll see what happens here. Could be the Shivery Chills from Cohen didn't quite catch his hand, but I'm sure we'll see it just in a bit. Gonna be concealed cards here. Okay, we have I do have a barrel in hand, Ultra Ball. Yeah, nothing going on here. I guess we bench Chien-Pao. Why are we Ultra Balling? What are we Ultra Balling for? Bidoof? I guess Bidoof isn't terrible. You thin a card. You don't need to bench Chien-Pao. Maybe a pass over to Benedetta. Yes, like here's the thing, right? Like as Benedetta, if you had used Technoblast last turn, this turn you'd been able to go psychically kill Chien-Pao, leave no 3 prizers in play. Then when Cohen goes candy back, there's no 3 prizer to knock out, so Cohen has to go knock out a 2 prizer. Then when Cohen goes knock out a 2 prizer, you put up your immunity max to go take 2 prize cards, and then Cohen goes take 3 prize cards, goes into 1 prize card, and then you win the game, right? But by not leaving Psychic Leap open as a play for yourself as Benedetta, you're making this game much harder than it has to be. But what happened here? Did Benedetta draw an extra card? Was that card not supposed to be drawn? Oh wow, we're just going straight to this. Okay, what the hell's happening here? What's going on? Did I miss it? Okay, here we go. I don't think there was anything incorrect there, right? I didn't catch anything that looked weird. Okay, well I guess Benedetta's turn is literally just going to be attach, like bench, like no, just attach the Mew and pass. No, and knockout. Sorry. Oh wait, the better. Hold up. No, there's no marker on the Mew. On the Mew. Okay. Yeah, I have no idea what the hell happened there. All right. Well, let's ignore that for now. Cohen's going to start his turn with a benching Chien-Pao and attaching to it. Going to be the barrel coming down, finally finding candy backs. Going to be a retreat into Chien-Pao and a Shivery Chills. Seems fine to me. Yeah. What else? We have a Superior Energy Retrieval. We have a Trekking Shoes. We'll play the Trekking Shoes first. I think Conceal Card's probably fine. Yeah, for sure. What was that? That was retrieval. Okay. Are we just not playing this Trekking Shoes? Why are we not playing Tricky Shoes first? I mean, okay, like, it doesn't matter in this case, right? But, like, you might find a card you would rather discard from Trekking Shoes. So, yeah, always Trekking Shoes. There's no reason for Cohen not to Trekking Shoes first, right? Yeah, you found a VIP pass, right? Yeah, so, you could have held the Nest Ball in hand for Cohen, which would have been better. So, yeah, either way. Benedetta here going severely punished for not opening up the Psychic Leap line. Again, just to reiterate, right, that misplay is probably going to cost Benedetta this game. Sorry about that. You cannot expect Cohen to not be able to find knockout one of these turns. My bad. Be a double box attach, VIP attach. Wow. All right. Genesect. Might as well evolve both at this point. We have Path. We already Iono'd. Gonna draw 4. Still no tablet, so it'll have to be a cram. How did I manage to get hiccups again? Okay, so I know the judges stopped that dice roll, but it looks like Benedetta as well was like completely okay with rerolling that die because that dice did not go anywhere. Oh my god, can I not hiccup? Hold up. I'll hope that helps. If it doesn't, no, I guess we'll have to deal with it for now. What happened to me slowing down in my speaking? Because I'm talking way too fast. All right. All right. Gonna be the last Genesect here. There's the tablet. There's the path. There's a knockout. Yeah, all you can do now is Benedetta. Simply hope Cohen doesn't have it, but you're really not shutting off that many lines for Cohen in this situation, right? I mean, he can't Shivery Shells, he can't conceal cards, but how much does that really changed, right? Irida, like a single Irida is really all it takes. Not quite, but not that far off either. There's the Superior Energy Retrieval. I do believe Cohen just has it, actually. Gonna toss on all those energy. I don't know why we're not playing the Irida first, but shouldn't matter regardless. Just play the Irida. You grab Recycler, you grab Chien-Pao, and then you win the game. I'm assuming we play more than 2 Chien-Pao. So we shouldn't need the Rod, but it's whatever. This is just game. We have 2 cards in hand. We just go literally just bench the Chien-Pao, retreat into the Chien-Pao. Yep, play the Recycler, get back the energies, and now you knock out the Mew. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, definitely I disagreed with the way Benedetta handled this matchup. Cohen made a couple of mistakes, but nothing that's like... I mean, yeah, it was mostly fine. Oh, wait, what happened? Wait, what the fuck? Wait, did Benedetta win game 1? Wait, what the fuck happened? Oh, that's what the judge ruling was. Wait, what happened? What the fuck? I'm putting the casters on for this. I should probably slow down the casters. Hold up.
From our matchup so far, but we are in round 5 at here in Dortmund. Oh, so just a reminder, of course, as much as involved in the chat. Make sure to get to see. I mean,
thank you, Shag.
Plushie collection. I did just get rules of the game. It was picked up, and then ended up drawing. Unfortunately, Cohen was not able to randomize the deck, and then ended up drawing with the barrel at one stage. Unfortunately, following the rules of the game, it was picked up, and it will be a retrospective game loss handed. So.
Okay. So that's what happened here. Yeah. So Cohen, I'm assuming, played probably like Rod or something, Irida maybe, forgot to shuffle his deck, then played the barrel. I do remember there was a board state where I thought Cohen's deck looked like it was tapped, like he hadn't shuffled it yet, but didn't really take note of it because he just drew and the game continued as normal. So I'm assuming someone in the crowd probably caught it. Someone in the chat, maybe production. I don't fucking know. Someone caught it, reported it to the judges, and then the judges were like, "Hey, that's bad. We should probably like figure out how the fuck we solve that." And obviously, since you have the stuff on camera, you might as well solve it, right? So it's a game loss for Cohen, which means that game one technically finished there, which means that instead of Cohen winning game one, Benedetta wins game one. So that's what happens there. Okay, Cohen really should have just won this series right here, but I guess shit happens. Yeah. Let's see here. 9 minutes left on the clock. I doubt this is finishing. Benedetta is going to do the pile shuffle here. Something I don't exactly encourage to be doing at this stage in the game here. Cohen's not playing fast either, but still, I mean, I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't expect this game to finish. But pile shuffling game 3 is not exactly what I'd typically say is great. But you know what? You can do what you want, right? If your opponent doesn't stop you, the judge don't stop you, then it's really not that deep at the end of the day. So yeah, let's get into this. I'll be a mulligan for Benedetta, never mind, because we're not getting into this. Once again, 2 Pokemon prized for Benedetta, as long as as well as a Forest Steel Stone. We've got a Fridgebacks. Iron Hand doesn't really matter. Double Rod for Cohen, actually. Ooh, that does matter. This might be Triple Rod, though, because we're playing Kyogre, so we'll see. But Barrel as well. Yeah, so let's see what happens here. Genesect start and a VIP pass. We have Elisa Sparkle. We have Featherball. We have Chromatic. Yeah, very interesting. Not the greatest hand, but it's not terrible, right? It's playable at the bare minimum. Not gonna prize check for Benedetta here. Gonna conserve the time. Prize checking is a bit less important as Mew, so I think this is fine. Gonna try to just finish this game as fast as possible. So yeah, this seems fine. What do we got here? Got a Cram. There's gonna be a Tails. Probably just gonna be attached and then System seems fine. Yep, gonna be a 3 VIP Slam Down. Gonna be the last Mew hitting the board there. Last basic Pokemon in the deck, but that seems to have taken notice of that that being the case. So keep Heavy Ball in mind. Might be important. Yeah, gonna be the Genesect for 2. There's the Heavy Ball. I think you're told. Yeah, I like holding Heavy Ball here. But I guess Cohen just has triple VIP because bro's the goat like that. So Cohen is going to prize check, and this is probably going to take a hot minute. So I'm going to fill up the board here. Yep, this seems like an ideal board for Cohen. You could argue to get the second Bidoof instead of the second Chien-Pao, but this is not it's not terrible. We did start the fat Fridgebacks here, the chunkier one with the 2 retreat, but We have collect on it now, so that is a bonus card for Cohen. Yeah, it's gonna be a over to Benedetta here. Cohen's gonna give the Frigibacks. I would have personally liked to see Cohen give the Greninja. I think Greninja is easily your lowest value here. I mean, I know Benedetta hasn't been targeting the Baxcaliburs, but she really should be. In which case, Cohen should be protecting his Frigibacks, which is something he is not doing. So, it's whatever, right? I mean, if Benedetta does go for a boss here, this just won't matter regardless. But yeah, we're gonna have a heavy ball coming down here. Even if here's the thing, even if Benedetta isn't like really targeting your Baxcaliburs, like typically, if there's only one Baxcalibur in play and no Frigibacks, Benedetta is going to boss it, right? Like there's zero questions to ask there, but unfortunately, I just don't think it matters anymore because time's running out, and I don't see this game finishing. Yeah, maybe a path. I think we have a judge as well. We're gonna vacuum our own path. Never mind. Just Genesects. I'm gonna Palpate first. Guess we don't really want that Elisa Sparkle back in the deck. But I guess anything to burn a card. Be a cram away a cram. Gonna be a heads. Surely it's just, I guess, VMAX. VMAX seems like the most reasonable grab here. For a Sealstone. Oh, I guess we play the judge. Okay. Are we bossing? Oh, we're bossing Bidoof. Okay. And then time's called, so it just doesn't matter. Okay, yeah, so time's called, you don't put a VMAX in the play, and then Cohen can't win, so. Unless, hear me out here, Benedetta has not seen the Kyogre. It is currently turn 1 of time. Cohen has 2 turns to win this game. If we kill Mew V this turn, and then Kyogre for game next turn, it is not impossible. I think Benedetta used Psychic Leap, kind of just saying, hey, we tie this game, and then Cohen went, nah, I'd win. I kind of can't help but think that's what happened here. Now, for that to happen, Cohen has to really go through this deck and probably get super lucky off an Aqua Storm, but listen, it's not impossible, okay? Also, we prize like double rod, so rip, but gonna be an Ultra Ball here for Cohen, yeah. Listen, are the odds of Cohen hitting this play high? No. Absolutely not. They are in the basement. The odds of Cohen hitting this are really, really, really low. But it's not impossible, and therefore Cohen will not scoop this game. Which, honestly, kind of based. As Benedetta, you at least know you can't win this game, so please target down the Baxcalibur. Please. The prize trade does not matter. Get rid of Baxcalibur. Boss it. Thank you. Thank you, Benedetta. Okay. Now, what do we got here? Got a 4 Steelstone being used here. Grabbing an Ultra Ball, okay. I guess we're trying to burn the hand. We have the path already, though, but we have Elisa Sparkle and probably DTE. Yeah, you don't have another turn. So I guess Judge doesn't matter either, yeah. Benedetta does not have another turn in this game. All you can do is just, disrupt Cohen as much as possible to make it harder for Cohen to win, right? So it's going to be the Baxcalibur getting knocked out here, and now, as Cohen, we have to get a Kyogre Aqua Storm this turn. It is turn 3 for Cohen. The odds of this working are not great. We have double Irida. We have backs out, but this hand just ain't it. His hand ain't it, chat. Yeah, it's gonna be a tie here. Okay. Listen. I respect Cohen for trying. That's really all you can do. Cohen just kind of like, yeah, that game loss is unfortunate. But realistically, Cohen could probably have just won that set 3-0. Not that you have any need to do that, of course, but yeah. All right. Let's get into round number 6. Is this round 6 or is this round 7? I forgot. It's round 6. Okay, damn, we have a lot of Pokemon. We have 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 4 more rounds of Pokemon to go through. Ugh. Okay, we've had some long ass games though. I think most of these games have gone to time, haven't they? Yeah. The game 1 or round, what was it, round 3? Did round 3 go to time? Like just barely not because of all the fucking Gardevoir in the room. Okay, I'll stop complaining now. We are going to be looking at Nico Alabas against Francisco Bonotti. I probably just destroyed that pronunciation. I'm sorry about that. No, I'm not. I really don't care that much. Let's see the prize cards here. Curly, Greninja, and a Gardevoir prized for Nico. 4 Sealstone prized for Francisco, as well as a Switch and a Boss and Energy. These aren't prize cards for either player that can't be played around, but they could matter. There are a couple of key things to take note of here. Yeah, can be played around, but it's hard to know whether or not it'll truly matter until we get further into these games. So Nico, gonna start us off here with a Battle VIP pass. Yeah. Gonna be a VIP. I'm gonna have to like check something real quick as Nico does that. Alright, yeah. Double roll scrap, second VIP pass. Here. I'm thinking we're probably looking at, we see a Charmander start, so it's probably gonna be Mew Cresselia. Mew Cresselia seems fine. Yeah. And the level ball. Damn, Nico is just that guy, huh? Okay. So, Mew into the active seems great. You are just opening up the floodgates here for a potential turn to attack here as Nico, which is just ludicrously broken, right? So much going on this board here. And yeah, it's going to go over to Francisco. What are we debating? Okay, nothing. Okay, cool. So this is a very favorable matchup for Nico, in my opinion. Basically because it kind of becomes a game of chicken on who puts a 2-prize run into play first. Because the second someone, like to take a knockout, someone has to put a 2-prize run into play. But to take a knockout without a 2-prize run play, you take a 1-prize knockout, and then you unintentionally end up taking a 7-prize game, which then results in the person who takes the first knockout ended up losing the game, right? However, as Gardevoir, if the game of chicken goes on for long enough, then you simply just power up a Shining Arcana and bonk something, right? And if the Zard player in this case decides not to attack back, you just take another knockout and you win the prize trade, right? So, favorable matchup for Nico for sure. As he can simply sit here and patiently wait for Francisco to to power up this we'll just set up this board, I should say. It's gonna be a Rotom grab here, so regardless, if Nico does have boss, you can always just go for Gardevoir EX and knock out the Rotom V, which isn't terrible, not bad. Yeah, and it's gonna be a his name is Arvin. His name is Arvin. I was about to say Pepper, because the card on the screen, not this, like, on the left, but the card, like, Francesco played, I believe, is Pepper. That is what the card is called in German, by the way, for those who didn't know. It's called Pepper, which is low-key much sicker than what we have in English, but aside, we're going to see an Arvin for a VIP pass. No tool card grab here. Might as well grab something here for Francisco. So I kind of disagree with this. Might as well grab like Defiance Band or TM or whatever you have flying around in there. There's Defiance Band in hand. So, oh, did we grab for Defiance Band? Did we like put it on top of the deck, or to put it on top of the hand? Yeah, we did. We did. Okay, cool. I'm about to say like I could have sworn I saw that in the deck earlier. But either way, yeah, it's gonna be the VIP and then the instant charge for Francisco here. So, yeah, gonna be the level ball coming down. Let's see what we got here. So, Curly number 1 seems legit. Level ball again. Damn, that's what, 3 level ball played? Oh, we're gonna go for the... Ooh, interesting. So unless we have the second... I know we prized the Refinement Curlia here, so as long as... Yeah, don't... Okay, we have it. I'm assuming we didn't draw into it. Nico is hiding his hand. Yeah, so this is fine. Refinement 1, Refinement 2... Going to be the Mysterious Tail here for Nico. Ultra Ball being grabbed. And, yeah, let's see what we got here. There's Candy Guardy. There's the Mirage Step Curlia. So I'm assuming if we are putting Candy Guardy into play, we don't. That seems somewhat greedy, in my opinion. Oh, I guess we kill Pidgey, though. I guess okay, if we kill Pidgey, like... You kill Pidgey and then Francisco, there's no way. There is actually no way Francisco sets up a Zard and has boss and then kills your Gardevoir and then actually has a board that will let him continue to stream attackers to win the game. So I like killing Pidgey here. Killing Charmander is pointless. Killing Manaphy is is double as pointless. Yeah, Pidgey for sure. 100%. I would have liked to just hold the board, if I'm being honest. Not do anything here. I guess like by doing this, you're making your late game easier by getting rid of the Pidgey. Odds of Francisco being able to power up a Pidgeot or get a Pidgeot into play anytime soon are pretty low. So like by getting rid of the Pidgeot here, you're kind of making your life easier. So I don't know. I don't really like. I can't really tell if I agree with this play from Nico, but still, it's the one that is going to be made. So yeah, let's see what happens here. You guys hear me playing with a chopstick? Alright, it's going to be an Arvin for Francisco here. Did I ever speed this back up? Yeah. Or let's just go kind of slow. That's fair. Alright. Going to be the Candy and the TM Devo being grabbed here. We have the Zardiax. We have a Mew as well. What was that? Zard. There we go. I was about to say. You cannot evolve Charmander into Fire Energy. That is not how that works. Still, though, opting to evolve the bench Charmander, I guess we are trying to keep our 70 HP Charmander in play. It's very interesting here. I'm assuming this is going to be... Oh, it's going to be for the Jirachi. Okay, that works. In which case, there is absolutely no reason to evolve the bench Charmander. If anything, you are now getting rid of your option to Ember later in the game, which could be impactful. So yeah, this seems bad. Why are we evolving this specific? Like, if as Francisco, if you're going out of your way to evolve the bench Charmander, you must think it has more value or has less value than the other Charmander. However, Ember is just an objectively better attack in this matchup. So yeah, I really don't agree with this play. I frankly just think it's kind of bad. Also, you don't have another Pidgeot. You don't have another Pidgey in play. Even though it might get Cresselia, I think you are better off grabbing Pidgey here than not grabbing Pidgey here as Francisco. I guess the idea is like you want Nico to whiff. Nico has kind of dug his own grave here in a weird way where Reversal Energy isn't active. So Nico, like the thing is, Nico wants to play this game from a single prize card behind the entire time, right? Nico wants to be in a position where cards like Reversal and Counter Catcher are always active, but by taking the knockout on turn 2, Nico has put himself in a position where that's not going to happen. For Nico to win this game, Nico has to play from ahead the rest of this game, and that is just not good for Gardevoir. It is not good. Nico is basically saying, I cannot kill the Zardex. And not being able to kill the Zardex is really bad. I don't know that I have to explain that one. Yeah. So I understand the temptation of wanting to get rid of the Pidgey, but in doing so, Nico has made this game a lot harder for himself than it needs to be. So, yeah, I just don't like that play. I guess like you can two-shot the Zard, but then like Francisco goes, I don't know, boss guard EX, and then you kill the Zard back, and then Nico's at 2, and then when Francisco takes knockout, Francisco goes to 2. Nico would be at 3. Sorry, Nico would be at 3 prize cards after Francisco takes knockout. Francisco goes to 2. Then for Nico to be able to launch another attack, Nico is going to have to put another 2 prize in play, in which case Francisco just goes boss for game. So Nico is just completely relying on the lack of Pidgeot to carry him through this game, which, while not necessarily a bad strategy, is not exactly what I deem to be a safe one. You are basically just saying, I hope Francisco will never see a boss's orders. And 3 of those guys are played in that deck, so I just... Yeah, this is not a necessary position for Nico to be in. You could play a normal, honest game of Pokemon, and you will still win this game as Nico, right? Because the matchup's just that good, right? Like, if you don't take the knockout, Francisco's forced to take first knockout, then you go, okay, cool. Either knockout Rotom, knockout Zard with reversal, like whatever works, right? Whatever makes the most sense. And then you simply just go, like Francisco either hits the active or ignores the active and kills the bench, and then from there, Nico just has to go kill the Zard and then kill another 2 prize turn. I guess Radzard gets weird, but then like even with the Radzard, then the Pidgeot EX would be in play, and if the Pidgeot EX is in play, then you can just gust that. So it's weird. Tangent over, but the point is that I absolutely think Nico could have played this game better, even as early as turn 2. So yeah, there's that. But we are going to be looking at a Scream Tail here, 80 damage to the Zard. I like this a lot. It's better than attacking with the Gardevoir. You were kind of hoping that Nico just doesn't have a boss. Sorry, you're hoping that Francisco doesn't have a boss. Wow, I'm tired. Wow, I need the Monster Energy drink in my life, in my blood, right now. Wrong Charmeleon as well for Francisco. Doesn't matter in this matchup, especially not with Manaphy and draw Chien-Pao on the board, but worth keeping in mind. The bare minimum. So, alright, let's see here. Let's see what we've got. Yeah. Eyeing up a couple energies, gonna evolve there, and be an Iono. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be a swing here for Francisco. Nothing else you can do. You've also made the mistake of bench locking yourself. This Mew has no business being on Francisco's bench. This should always just be a Pidgey. Yeah, should not be here. Like, I know you're not getting Pidgeot anytime soon, but you, at the bare minimum, need to at least threaten Nico with the, like, possibility that it could happen, right? So, yeah. Mew shouldn't be here. Both players kind of just tossing, but it's whatever. Gonna be an Iono from Nico here. Gonna be refinements 1 and 2. And what do we got? Debate the energy. Gonna go onto the Mew. Seems fine to me. Gonna give Mew a bit more time to like act as a pivot. And it's gonna be a Battle Wave P-Pass grab for Nico. I don't know why we had to go to that camera, but it's whatever. I'm going back to that camera. Production, can we stay on the board? Thank you. Okay, gonna be the Psychic Embrace here, and we are just going to hit this this Charizard. I mean, I guess like Nico's in a fine position here because Francisco doesn't have boss, but I guess like Francisco goes knockout to Prizer. You have 4 energies here, but you have the reversals active. I guess if Nico just like finds another reversal. That's interesting. This prize trade definitely isn't lost for Nico, but I can't really say I think it's great. Or that like I really agree with it, I guess. Yeah. It's whatever. We could see the Zard come down, an attachment to the Zard as well. And I think we're just attacking. Yeah, nothing going on in the hand for Francisco. Kind of a result of the lack of Pidgeot. So, yeah, gonna be the Mew promotion here. So, Nico's earlier Gambit is paying off, but whether that is a result of the Gambit being good or a result of the fact that Francisco forgot to bench a Pidgey, well, I guess the world will never know. Gonna be an Ultra Ball going on here, a Zacian grab. Do like that. As long as it's attacking. Actually, it doesn't matter if it's attacking. It's probably your best attacker here, though. Counter Catcher going away. Yeah, I think the best line here for Nico simply kill active with Zacian, assuming you have the energies, and then from there, just simply going boss anything for game would be the ideal line. There is a Rod for Nico. A Ralts, a Gardevoir, and what? What are we eyeing up here? Just the 2? Okay, seems fine. Going to shuffle in the Arcana and Level Ball for the Ralts. Seems fine to me. There's the attachment to the Zacian. Many energies now about to hit the board. 2, 4, 6, 8. I think we have 9. Yeah, that is exactly enough, if I'm not mistaken, assuming I can do the math required. Nothing on the Fog Crystal. Nothing going on here. Just going to be a punch. And an Iono here. Francisco didn't do much. Didn't play as a porter either. Sitting there with a 2-card hand. But I don't need to play the Iono there. Probably no real downside to playing the Iono, to be completely fair. Yeah, it's not the end of the world. It's not that bad. But it's not exactly necessary. That aside, a whole lot of nothing going on in Francisco's hand here. Gonna be an Arven here. I guess we're trying to like hit Lizard and hope it works. Do we even have energies left? I don't think we have energies left. Like, yeah, we have out Candy Zard, but if we don't have energies, it doesn't matter. We do not have Forest Sealstone. That card is prized. Oh, interesting. Okay. We're going up with the... Wait, does this even matter? Because we can't get those energies into play unless we find the Zard. So do we have any way to draw cards as Francisco? Because I don't see it. Oh, we have Counter Catcher. And I don't believe there are any energy in discard for Nico. So you can Counter Catcher either Gardevoir. Yeah. And it's simply going to be an instant charge. Okay. Yeah, this isn't terrible. I mean, you're probably better off scooping, but I mean, it's something. Nothing in hand for Nico. I mean, does it matter for Nico? Probably not. And this Zacian doesn't die. Francisco will not win this game. Yeah. I guess you can like kind of start to be worried about Iono as Francisco here. As Nico here, sorry. But realistically it just shouldn't matter. Yeah, gonna be the Candy Zard. I guess we're going Boss Zacian. Hope Nico doesn't have it, but there's no way Nico doesn't have it. Yeah, it's going to be a knockout onto the Zacian. Wait, what happened? What? What the hell? Oh, it shows boss. Okay. Yeah. Shows boss to Francisco. They just are production is showing the wrong winner. Good going production. I mean, okay. To be fair, it looked like Nico scooped, but like Nico like kind of turned his hand around and like showed boss. Kind of like this is Arson's V Star. Like you go like this, like it was like this, and then he goes like this. Yep, you know, he did that thing right. So I mean, yeah. I think the judges are clarifying who won that game. It was very clearly Nico. We did see him flash that boss for game, so yeah. I think the casters had to clarify that as well. So, did Francisco choose first? I mean, I guess it's like a matchup where like you like going first as Zard because you go first to attack turn 2. If they have the Mirage Step, you can take two. You can take 2 knockouts. So, yeah, I don't inherently think this is bad. I'm not choosing to go first. It's completely fine, actually. Yeah. Alright. Double level ball. Sorry, double battle VIP pass. God, I cannot. Into a Mew, into a Mysterious Tail. So, this board already a lot better for Francisco. No Rotom. A bit scuffed. Did we prize the Rotom here? Let me check. I think we should be able to go into the mini players to see it here. Unless they forgot to show us the prize cards. I think they might have forgotten to show us the prize cards. In which case, I guess production just kind of fucked us over, which isn't impossible. It's very, very likely, as a matter of fact. Yeah. All right, gonna be the Iono here, so I think it's just gonna be a VIP pass plus a Greninja bench for Nico into the Iono. Not optimal, but by no means terrible for Nico here. When they find the second VIP pass, just gonna be able to fill up this bench. Nico still not really showing us his board, but there is 3 VIP pass total being played here for Nico now. I guess that's fine, right? We kind of don't know what's priced here, but you are still able to load up your bench with Ralts, which is probably just optimal here. Going to be a Mysterious Tail. See a Candy in that hand, or in those cards. I think we're probably just grabbing those. Seems legit. TPO3, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, guys. Let me pause this for a second. There's going to be a pass from Nico. Yeah. Doing some Dortmund VOD review, so anyone who hasn't watched Dortmund yet, feel free to stick around. It'll be a good time. Make sure it'll be a bit educational, hopefully. All right. We're going to go into Francisco's turn here. Very interesting hand. Not a lot going on here. Didn't instant charge last turn. Don't remember if that was an option for him. We didn't see the prize cards, so it might just be prize. Could be a Ultra Ball grab and a Luminion hitting the bench. Okay. So I'm kind of see in this deck if Francisco chooses to show us if there is a Rotom. I haven't seen any in the cards shown. Didn't show us everything, but no Rotom of what we saw, and I'd expect him to VIP pass for the Rotom if that was an option last turn, of course. Okay, going to be the Ultra Ball for the Pidgeot. Seems fine, seems good. Okay, yeah. There is the Candy Pidgeot into the Candy Zard, the classic. We have used the Mysterious Tail, so this is just going to be a 2 to bench, 1 to active. And yeah, we're just going to have to hope here that Nico doesn't have the stones on turn 2. Because if not, then Francisco should be able to go for a pretty standard, pretty good 2-2-2 line here. Or I guess 1-1-2-2 in this case, right? So, yeah. This should be good. This should be fine. We're going to see the Candy Guardy right off the bat, though. So, surely Francisco's sweating a bit here. Because Nico just might have, like, the God Hand. But we'll see how this ends up playing out. Going to be a refinement. Did we refine the Candy? There is no way. Refinement what? No, energy. Okay, that's much better. Yeah, we're just moving to the bottom. Okay, cool. Level Ball, probably going to be another Curlia. I'd be surprised if it wasn't. Yep, there is a Curlia. And what now? Okay. Going to be another energy. Have we used concealed cards? I think we have used concealed cards, right? Diaper Ninja looks very tapped. Yeah. And there's the Iono. So, as Nico, I mean, you can only really just, like, keep your 1 prizers out of play. Or keep your 2 prizers out of play, sorry. Unless you're able to hit this knockout. But, yeah, that knockout seems to have been whiffed, which is definitely the more realistic thing to happen. So you are just going to have to give up another prize card as Nico here. And as Francisco, you have to focus on playing fast here. You have to make sure you are able to close out this game before time is called and finished. There is the Shiny Arcana. There's a Level Ball. Assuming that is going to be our 4th Curlia here. Yep, not 4th, sorry. 3rd Curlia, my bad. And yeah, another refinement for Nico. Another energy hitting the discard pile. And Nico, I mean, as Nico, you kind of have to assume that, like, if this game goes on, you're not going to finish and you are going to win. However, I'm never going to sit here and incentivize slow playing. So while Nico isn't exactly playing fast, Nico is taking actions, Nico is playing cards, setting up the best board state possible, kind of trying to not necessarily ignore the timer, but not play around it, which is somewhat respectable here. So yeah, Francisco is going to be bossing the Gardevoir and taking a prize card here. Very smart to just not spend too much time on this. Very interesting that we're promoting the Cresselia for turn. Can't imagine we're trying to 2-shot the Zard, because if we are just straight up losing this game. We have to take a knockout here as Nico. Yeah, nothing else really to it, honestly. If you don't take a knockout here, this game is over. Your win condition is hope the game doesn't finish or go to game 3 and you will tie regardless. So, yeah. Gonna be a refinement. And there's number 3. See if we can find some Gardevoir EX pieces, some reversal energy. Yep, got both. I think we already did Rod back the Gardevoir Shining Arcana. We have an Ultra Ball as well. So it does look like Nico will just be able to take this knockout on this Charizard, go to 2-2. And from there, I mean, Nico has like a pretty alright line. Basically, Francisco's best choice here is going to have to be knocking out the bench Gardevoir EX, going down to 2 prize cards. From there, however, because the reversal energy is still being procced, because Nico will be once again behind on prize cards, Nico will be able to respond to the Charizard without putting a 2 prizer into play. Francisco from there can respond with a 1 prizer. However, there will still be 2 prizers on the bench, which will open up a win condition for Nico. So yeah, just kind of showing once again how lopsided this matchup truly can be, right? A game where, I mean, by all means, you would be right to assume that Francisco is ahead. All of a sudden, by the sheer fact that Nico played the game, is now flipped in Nico's favor. And frankly, I'm not sure what Francisco could have done to stop it. I'm sure there was something, but that something was statistically likely. I think that's a completely different topic. So, regardless, we are going to go for the Heat Tackle with the Charmander here, kind of ignoring the benched Gardevoir. Still, though, I mean, this just invites Nico to go in Counter Catcher and or Boss on stuff like Luminion, on stuff like the Bird. Yes, Nico needs stuff, but I mean, it's not exactly stuff that Nico shouldn't be able to find. So yeah, we'll see here. Nico's going to keep going for the deck. It doesn't seem like we're getting rid of anything particularly important here. Could have put on some chapstick. My lips are like the fucking Sahara. All right. Yep. Energies onto the Guardy. I believe that was Counter Catcher onto the Pidgeot. And now Nico is simply a single boss on that fish away from winning this game. Important to note, there is a Charmander that I think is a promo Charmander, does 40. If Francisco had been able to attack with that last turn, Francisco would have had a board state where you could actually collapse Stadium your Dominion and knock out the Gardevoir with a 1 prizer. Now, you can still do that with Radiant Charizard. It's not impossible here, but you would have it on board with the Charmander. You can collapse Stadium away your fish, and you would be able to win the game from there. So, yeah. That is going to be what happens here. Or, sorry, not necessarily going to be what happens here. Promoting the... Are we really promoting the... Do we need Mysterious Tail here? I guess? Oh, we don't have Zard out. Then I guess we do. Oh, we don't have energy either. Oh, this hand sucks. Okay. We need to Radzard. There's a Rod. What are we doing? Where are we stopping? Oh, we're adding up TM Devo. I don't think that's enough here. I guess, no, you could TM Devo, but then you have to collapse Stadium your fish. Nothing here matters if you do not collapse Stadium your fish. Oh, we are in turns of time here. I believe this is turn 1 as well. Where's Candy? There's Zard. If we TM Devo, we're at even prize cards. This means that, well, no, Zacian's in play, so it's definitely very realistic for Nico to just kill the Zard here. I don't see the collapse Stadium in hand for Francisco here, though, so, we could have Iono to dig, though. Like, we could have Iono to dig here, but we didn't, so... Yeah, Francisco not really giving himself the line to win there, especially with Nico's deck being empty, right? You kind of just always win there as Nico if that fish stays on the board. So, yeah, there's no guarantee that that we hit the Collapse Stadium off of that Iono. I think it's like Iono to 3 as well, so it's definitely not likely. But still, you have to give yourself that chance. You have to play to your outs, as they say, which is very, very important and something that, Francisco did not do in this case. So it is what it is, but we are going to go into, God, it's number 7. Oh my God, this stream is long. Wow, it was 10, almost 11 hours? Damn, this is much longer than the NA ones. Holy. Alright, well, we've got about an hour left on the stream you're watching right now, regardless of what happens here, so... with any luck, we should just be finishing, though. I can't see why we wouldn't. But let's see here. It looks like we are going to go into some Gholdengo action. Hell yeah. Can I find where we get the prize check? Yeah, here we go. So this looks to be Tina versus Gholdengo. Alfredo versus Lawrence. So, kicking us off here is going to be Alfredo going first here. I do not know as much about Gholdengo as I should, but regardless, we are here to learn. So, typically Gholdengo's early game consists of going for the Palkia while building up a board full of Gimmighouls and Gholdengos so that you can overwhelm your opponent in the late game and go from there. So, yeah, going to be the Earthen Vessel being played to start us off, as well as an Ultra Ball, probably being for... I got the Greninja. I'm assuming it's going to be for the Palkia V, though. Nope, doesn't seem to be the case. Yeah, so let's see what we got here. I'm going to shuffle it up for Alfredo here. And a concealed card, so really not a lot going in this hand. Yeah, there is nothing going on, and it's going to be a pass over to Lawrence. Kind of living on a prayer here as Alfredo. I guess you kind of have to go to Greninja, because your hand's just not that good. But Lawrence going to start us off with a Colress. Can't really see what's in the hand, but doesn't seem great. I think that's double Psychic at least. Not super ideal as Tina. Okay, well that is a Comfy, but can't... No, that... Is that a Sableye? Well, I can't see what's in the Lost Zone for Lawrence there, but I actually think it's a Sableye. Regardless, it's going to be a double Giratina hitting the bench here. Yeah, going to be a Switch Card getting rid of, and a Battle VIP Pass being grabbed. Seems fine. Going to be a prize check for Lawrence. Let's see what's called. Going to be the Greninja. There we go. Greninja and the Comfy. Alright. Here's a concealed cards. And then what do we got? We got a Jet Energy into another flower selecting here. Do we have out to Cram? I would love to spit here. Yep, there is the Nest Ball. This looks like a quick and dirty game 1 for Lawrence. Yeah, definitely not a lot Alfredo can do here. Yeah. This... Oh, wait, what? Hold, wait. Why? Did we prize Cram? Did we prize Cram and then did my goldfish memory forget that we prized Cram? We did. Okay, we priced Cram. I was about to say. I was about to lose it. Okay. We priced Cram. Never mind. That's fine. It's not great that we priced Cram, obviously. But for a second there, I thought Lawrence was just completely tossing. Alright. No, this is fine. This is completely fine. Okay. Going against Comfy. I think you're still fine to go for the third Comfy here. Maybe a Roxanne, Lost Zone, and a Path to the Peak on the board. Path, of course, very good here. When you kind of just saw proof that that Alfredo is just completely relying on, completely relying on this this Greninja to draw cards here. So we have a Nest Ball here. It kind of has to be for the Palkia. And then you're simply passing, right? Yeah. Retrieval, boss. Yeah. Oh, do we have a Gholdengo? Okay. Retrieval, back energies. Oh, we have 4 as well. Doesn't matter. There's a path in play. I guess we're attaching to Palkia, but we just got rid of our Palkia V-Star. Oh, but I guess we can attack. Okay. That's true. Yeah. This board is still so scuffed for Alfredo. Like, this board is so scuffed. Yeah. Gonna be, what was that? Iono and Cena V-Star. Okay. Sure. I mean, that works for Lawrence, right? This Lost Zone's, like, not great, but it's certainly not terrible either. A couple energies of Sableye. Some supporters. Alright. Comfy here. Gonna be Nespel Path. Path, of course, a super valuable card in this matchup. A lot of path bumps for Alfredo, but clearly none of them are currently in his hand, so definitely fine to keep the path there. And I think we're just trying to like find a way to attack you. If you can knock out this Gholdengo, you are winning this game. If you're doing it this turn, right? Boss gonna be Lost Zone. Another supporter hitting the Lost Zone here for Lawrence. Yeah, not terrible. There's gonna be the Rod. I'm assuming that's gonna be followed up by Gate. Yep. Alright, so we should be attacking Tina here. Yeah, just gonna be a Tina attack. A Lost Impact. There is the... Do we have Jet? We have Jet in hand? I think we have Jet in hand then, yeah. This play would not make sense if we don't have Jet in hand, for sure. We pass? Did Lawrence already attach? Did Lawrence attach retreat? Let me just make sure that's the case. Okay. Do we seriously have no switching cards for Lawrence here? Yeah, it was attached retreat. Okay. I mean, there's a switch card in the Lost Zone, right? Maybe we were able to like keep that switch card last turn. I can't really remember what the chorus is. I'm not gonna go back and check, but food for thought, right? Obviously, like Lawrence is still in a very commanding board state right now, but like you have the choice, you have the option to effectively finish the game with like very little potential consequence here. And that's the key part here. It's completely risk free for Lawrence, right? If you have the attack, there was no point in not launching it. So yeah, unfortunately we don't have the switch card, but it's whatever. All right, we're going into a further turn. Yeah, it's just gonna have to be another Make It Rain. Yeah, Lawrence gonna make the right call. Not even gonna like bother promoting the Comfy here. Simply gonna go straight for the Tina, which seems fine. Seems good to me. And yeah, let's see here. It's gonna be a Pokegear. Seems like a whiff. I mean, a single energy from hand, which we absolutely should have here, is just going to knock out this. What's it called? This Gholdengo. Okay, we had Color's hand, so I don't really know why we need to use the Pokegear. I kind of would like to have kept it around in case of stuff like Roxanne or Iono or whatever, or even like your own Roxanne and Iono, just to have more outscores in the late game. Gonna be a switch card and a gear gotten rid of. I think we kept, what do we keep? Gates. Didn't really catch the other two. I think there's another gate and switch. Not sure, but would make sense. All right, gonna Lost Zone 2 Waters. I like that a lot. And we're gonna go into Alfredo's turn here. Finally, benching another Gholdengo, attaching to the Greninja, and it looks like it was a Rule the Region. So, yeah, this is not it, Chief. There is a Roxanne, there is a Gholdengo, and there is a Pokestop. So, I mean, there is a way that you win this game as Alfredo, right? It would require Lawrence to break cover as Lawrence. You have double gate in hand, So you're probably just powering up Benchtina and winning from there. Invinim? I still cannot pronounce that to save my life, but hey, welcome. How we doing? Invinum? Maybe I should try to, like, not pronounce the I as Danish. Regardless, though, yeah, I'm looking for Lawrence to, were we not Trimax? That was good. Last was good, that's fair. Yeah. Invinim? Alright, I'll go with that then. Yeah, so let's see here. There was definitely something I missed there. Do we not have energies in deck for Lawrence to play? Because I know there is, I know there was a gate in hand for Lawrence. The question is whether or not the energies are there. There's quite a lot of lost zones, so it's possible they're not, but if they are, they should definitely have been used. Shani, what's up? Congrats on the top 8, by the way. Cardi's exhausting. Yeah, I'm doing good. Yeah, kind of vibing, hanging out. Let Twitter vote on what we did today, and they voted raw review. I wasn't gonna review this initially, but Twitter said so. So I am a slave to the algorithm, or the community poll in this case. Regardless, back on track for a second here. Lawrence is not going to be able to power up the second Tina. Of course, he is still just 1 energy away from winning this game, so it's not too big of a deal. Preferably, or not preferably, what's the word there? Doesn't matter. Not too much to worry about as Lawrence here, but Alfredo is going to have the evolution, plus the Roxanne, plus the Pokestop. Gholdengo deck is worth more than my car. Honestly, that Gholdengo deck could probably pay for several months of rent for me. I ain't gonna lie. I don't own a car, but fuck, I don't even have a license. But yeah, that is a very blinged out deck. When will the VOD of my stream game from day 2? I'm still trying to figure out if I'm gonna VOD review game day 2, but I mean, the VOD will definitely be up on Twitch, right, after it goes up. So the YouTube stuff is mainly just so that it's there after it gets automatically deleted from Twitch, because Twitch automatically deletes stuff. But we'll probably do it together. Maybe. Nah, probably not. But maybe Friday, maybe Monday. I'm kind of trying to figure it out because we have a lot of time before Utrecht, so I'm kind of trying to do as many like different things as possible, right? Like, 'cause obviously, I want to play some ladder, want to play some of the decks that did well at Dortmund, but also trying to like do other stuff until we reach Utrecht, because there is just there's just so much time, right? There's like a couple full weeks. I think we have 3 full weeks left, so yeah. I played so bad. I think so much stuff could have been done better. But that's interesting. But that makes it interesting to watch, because when I sit here and I watch Tord Reckliffe versus Azul Garcia Grego, right? I'm sitting here and like, yes, both players played well. Like, there's nothing for me to comment on. So it's a better learning experience for people watching when people are playing poorly. Obviously, you can learn a lot from people playing correctly, especially when you have someone to explain why it's correct, which is, why I'm here, right? But still, there is a lot more to learn from failure. So, yeah, I'll probably do it Friday, and then we'll start with like the actual, playing Pokemon on Monday. I'm busy this weekend, so it's gonna be no stream weekend. Probably no weekend streams until Utrecht, because I am on that cup grind. So yeah, probably VOD review Friday as well, but that's simply a topic for another day, because these games have been going super long. So I'm trying to figure out if we're even gonna finish day 1 today, honestly. Yeah, so Alfredo off of this, Roxanne is going to start building up his hand. Gonna coin bonus, gonna Pokestop. Sequencing seems good. There was a conceal card as well. Gonna be a cross switcher into the Greninja. Yeah, there is nothing going on here. You need, like, you're not expecting to do a lot here as Alfredo, but at the bare minimum, you have to set up your board so that next turn you can start, like, harassing Tinas, right? When you think about the Banette deck, I have mixed thoughts on Banette, right? It's probably just like a bit of a gimmick that beats certain things when players aren't experienced with the matchup, and probably takes a couple of bad matchups. Moon seems like a pretty bad matchup, but I don't know. We might honestly, I might play a bit with it on. I guess it'd be Monday. We'll see. We'll see how the whole stream schedule pans out. But if we do VOD today, VOD Friday, and then start playing games Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, next Friday. Am I doing anything next Friday? I don't think I am. So yeah, we'll have like a full week of a bunch of like actually playing the game on I guess next week, right? Because like this week, like with all the travel complications, there was just not a lot of time to like actually stream. But regardless, we're gonna see a switch cart for Lawrence starting off into the Comfy. I'm not sure we need to do this here actually as Lawrence. You're not really in a hurry until Alfredo actually takes a knockout. You're not really forced to do anything, so you can hold the switch cart. But I guess the switch cart's kind of pointless because until Alfredo takes a knockout, if Alfredo does take a knockout, you do get to go into the Tina for free. So, yeah, it's weird. Interesting. Okay, well, regardless, we're gonna see a switch cart. There's a path, and there's a pass over to Alfredo. There is a poke stop. It's still poke stop, Christian. Come on. It's gonna be a poke stop, and a heavy ball for Alfredo. Yep, seems fine. What are we doing here? Sealed cards. There's another pair of cross switchers. You probably need to. You need to hold those for the turns you're taking a knockout. You just have to. That's not a choice at this point. There's the Earthen Vessel. What I want to see here for Alfredo is I want to see Gimmighouls, and there is just no Gimmighouls in this hand. I think we are passing again. It's that bad. Slizzard. We are attaching to Greninja, and we are using. We're flipping over. Okay, I think the judges for. Oh wait, no. Why are we waiting here? What's the problem? I think the judges thought Path was in play. Okay, yeah. Damn, judges do be time stalling. That's crazy. Okay, so this is an interesting play from Alfredo here. Basically setting up a line where setting up a line where basically there's game, but Alfredo tries to set up a line where you can like put on the pressure without putting the 2 pressure in the knock in the active, which seems really good to me. Regardless though, we are just going to have it here for Lawrence going into game number 2. I would kind of assume this matchup's favored for Tina, but it seems interesting, right? It kind of seems it's not necessarily one-sided. Kind of could go either way. Slightly favored for Tina probably, but not by too much. All right. Are we there anytime soon? Ooh, double gate, double grass, psychic, prized for Lawrence? Yeah, that ain't it, Chief. Prizes aren't great for Alfredo, but they're not that bad. I mean, comparatively, right? So yeah, going to be the Palkia start, and Lawrence going first here. So Alfredo choosing second. That is very interesting. It's going to be an attach pass. Okay, so that is what we would call a sick invite, chat. That is a sick invite. Alfredo just going to prize check. We can skip over that. actually has a VIP this time. There is a Pokestop. Gonna start going through that deck and hitting a bunch of cards that should not be in the discard. Okay. There is an Earthen Vessel, thinning out some energies. Definitely double water for sure. Yeah, thin out some energies and then start going for that concealed cards. Keep drawing. Keep drawing. I think that was Roxanne Energy. I mean, attachments and seems to be like it's gonna be a pass. Yeah. So, no, sorry. Rule the region. Okay, never mind. That is actually pretty good here. That's pretty relevant. So it's gonna be a draw for turn. There's a Colress. Okay, Colress off the top. So Lawrence is officially playing Pokemon. Well, let me not jinx it too much here. Best team to start be like for real. You do be right though. Oh, whoa. I need to blow my nose. Wow. My nose just got really mad with me there. Hold up. All right, there we go. Why not one? I do not know. All right, yeah. So, let's see here what Lawrence has. It's gonna be a, I think it's Tina from hand, Nest Ball, being played as well here. So, oh, my lips are so chapped. Oh my god. Cons of being on acne meds, I guess. Okay, gonna be a price check for Lawrence. I'm gonna take the time to actually put chapstick on because God knows I need it. All right. Ninja gonna be the call. Actually, a really good heads-up play for Lawrence here. Kind of opting out of putting Comfys down right now, knowing that you are very threatened by this Greninja. And it is just going to be the Abyss Seeking here for Lawrence. Not that you can never put down a Comfy, but opting to not throw them down right away, knowing that this Greninja is a threat. So, yeah, we are going to start this turn with a Pokestop. We have Palkia hitting the discard, not the end of the world here. You already have the one you need. So, I think ideally for Alfredo, we're just kind of filling up the bench here with Gimmigholes, and then we're going to swing with our Palkia if start and knock out the Tina. That would be ideal. So let's see how this pans out. We have a Superior Energy Retrieval. I think, though, we're trying to just load or discard with Waters to get max value out of Palkia. So I would probably start with the concealed cards here. Earthen Vessel, away, Water, get 2 Water, or Water Metal, either way, is also just fine. Damn, that is not a Bling Energy. That is crazy. I thought that was the only thing in this deck. Alright, well, aside, there is a concealed cards. Another Water being found. I mean, you don't even need to use the V-Star power on this Palkia here. Like, you can still keep it as like a way to threaten stuff by just going attaching to the active here. So I'm going for the Worker here as Alfredo. This is a bit greedy. Worker, obviously a path bump, right? Not that you don't play a lot of path bumps in this deck and you don't want to like build up a hand, but there are more path bumps. Dude, we're gonna waste another one, and there is another one as well with the second Worker being hit. Like, but we have a lot of path bumps, right? We have a lot of path bumps in this deck, but there's no guarantee that you're gonna hit them. And by like getting rid of more of them, you're gonna make this Roxanne play for Lawrence a lot better for every path bump you get rid of. So Alfredo kind of throwing them into the void here when you probably don't need to. Well, I guess. Never mind, I guess we're still digging for basics, and we did whiff a hell of a lot of basics, so... Yeah, you know what, maybe you kind of had to do this as Alfredo. You whiffed, but, like... Maybe that's, like, you're gonna have to do it. I don't know. Alright, we are going to be using the Superior Energy Retrieval and the Cross Switchers here. Kind of saying, like, hey, I have to take a knockout regardless. I guess that's fine. And yeah, going to be a Make It Rain onto the Tina. And we're going to go into Lawrence's turn here. Promoting Sableye, opening up lines to retreat a bit easier. I think that's fine. Comfy, Colress. What else? How long have we been going here? I think this, depending on how long this game goes, we might actually have to call this the game for the last game of the night if I'm going to make it to the grocery store before they close. Which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. We'll have to pick up from where we left off on Friday. Alright. Retreating into the Comfy. Going to be a flower selecting here. And a Cram hitting the discard pile, or the Lost Zone, sorry. I think Lawrence's plan here is simply just to keep up in the 2-2-2, and then by doing so, swing it with the Roxanne path play in the late game, which isn't bad, but it's pretty hard to accomplish as Tina. You will, at the bare minimum, have to bench another Tina V here. That is something I don't think Lawrence has in hand. Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, we do have it in hand. Okay, cool. Yeah, we do have it in hand, absolutely, so we go for it. There's a flower selecting. We'll be flower selecting number 2 for the turn. Gonna get rid of VIP, seems good. There's a Jet into the Tina, and probably just going to be a Lost Impact away the 2 Jets. Yeah, so I mean, the problem here is that, well, first of all, Greninja is just like the freest thing for Alfredo here. You Greninja, you kill 2 Comfy. You ideally put a Gholdengo and like some gimme ghouls on the board, and then you just say, yeah, you just kind of like fill up your board and open your lines up for next turn. I guess, I mean, both decks feel like they can't stream attackers as well as they really want to, making this game kind of hard on themselves. If we go for this, is going for this Gholdengo really correct as Alfredo? I mean, maybe we're holding the Greninja from next turn. That's probably correct, yeah. Because then, yeah, no, that's definitely correct. Because if we hold the Greninja, then next turn all we need is Path Bump and it's game, right? Unless Alfredo targets down, or Lawrence targets down the Palkia, but if Lawrence targets down the Palkia, then we have more draw on the board for Lawrence, right? We have more stuff going on the board for Lawrence. So this game is going to kind of come down to like whether or not Lawrence can draw out a path, which is going to make it even more important that Alfredo was so lenient with getting rid of path bumps earlier in the game. Whether or not that was correct is still debatable in my opinion, but regardless, that is the situation we are in now for Alfredo. So Lawrence just going to have to do his part, set up the Tina, play down the path, play the Roxanne, and simply hope it works. That's all you can do here. Counter catcher on the Palkia would be very good. Definitely better than not doing it, but still. Yeah, let's see here. We're going to see a Colress. There is... That's not Roxanne. If we're not Roxanne here, I just don't think we're winning for Lawrence. Yeah, I do not think we are winning this game anymore. Were we forced to do this? There's no way in that massive hand there is not a switching card. There's no way that wasn't there before the Colress. That'd be crazy. And even then, surely manually retreating is just, like, what we do if we have to, right? Because I think we're going to use V-Star anyway. So, yeah, I mean, you need this Roxanne. There's a path. That itself should never be enough. There's no way Lawrence thinks this is enough. I think as Lawrence, you're kind of just accepting the fact, like, if he has it, he has it, and he definitely has it. So like to the point where you can almost like if you when you play the colors, you kind of just go like just ask him like, do you have path, or do you have path bump? Like it's that simple. Literally, the only thing Alfredo needs to do is show the Pokestop, and we go to game 3. Oh, it's just gonna be a pass. Oh, that's even worse. Bump the path, Alfredo. Bump the path. Use the Greninja. Please, do not drag this out. We do not need no. Why? Bro, you have game on board. You have cross switchers. This Greninja can go in the act. You have game on board. This is not even game in hand. It's game on board. Alfredo can see. No, Lawrence can see that Alfredo has game. What are you doing? It is game on board. Bro. Just fucking retreat the Gholdengo. It's not that deep, bro. Like, no. Bro, Lawrence just has to sit here and fucking wait for this shit to happen. Alfredo, you have game. Please. Please, man. Don't you... Bro, if Alfredo does not win this turn, I am going to be so mad. Just fucking win. Oh my... Please. Just V-Star. Just fucking V-Star. Bro. Thank you. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. I would have lost my shit if he had passed with Greninja in the active. I would have completely lost it. Oh my god. I am so glad I did not watch that live. Okay. Time has been called, so I believe... Time's been called, right? Yeah, time has been called. And that is the game. Okay, so... Oh, God. I typically stream for another half an hour, but if I'm going to make it to the grocery store, it's not that far from here. Is this game long? This game is long. Yeah, it's Patrick, Landis, Andres, Scubel. Alright, so here's the deal, chat. Here's what we're going to do. Friday. I have a tight schedule on Friday. So, if we're not able to do everything Friday, here's what we're going to do. Here's going to be I'm going to give you a quick breakdown of the stream schedule here. So, Friday, 2 days from now, we're going to kick off where we left off, right? With the VOD review, right? We're going to do round 8 to 9, followed by however much of day 2 we can make it to. I have a local tournament I have to go to Friday, so I am in a hurry. I can't just extend the stream, unfortunately. Then, on Monday, we're going to finish off the Dortmund VOD review. And then for the rest of the day, because there's no way we're going to take all of Monday as well to finish the Dortmund VOD review. So then for the rest of the day, we'll just simply play some ladder, have a good time. Tuesday, play some more ladder. Wednesday, late night. Next Friday, play some more ladder. And then from there, we'll take it and we'll prepare for the Utrecht special event. It'll be a good time. Make sure to be there, but that'll be the end of today's stream, unfortunately. Yeah, that's going to be it. There's a bunch of buttons down below you can click. They all do cool stuff. You should totally go do it. If you want, of course. I can't force you to do anything, by the way. I know, crazy. Follow me on Twitter. What we did today on the stream, the VOD review, was actually chosen by my Twitter. So if you want to have like an influence on like what I stream from like once in a while, like see my deck lists, or like see whatever the fuck I do on Twitter, which most of it's really dumb. I'll be kind of honest. I post a lot of dumb shit. It's kind of my thing. It's kind of my stick. Go follow me. It'll be a good time. And with that being said, that'll be it for today. I'll see you guys on Friday. Make sure to be there. It'll be at 1 p.m. European Central Time, the usual start time for these streams on Monday, Tuesdays, and Fridays. So yeah, make sure to be there. It'll be fun, and yeah, I will see you then. I hope you're there, or not. We will have issues. I am kidding. I can't force you to do anything. Bye.